Like, you're just so insufferable. It's insane. So the right to try, it says it allows eligible patients to request access to certain investigational drugs, right, including biologics that have not yet been approved by the FDA. So thank you for the header. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So one concern that you could have specifically with this is that when people engage in this, there could be plenty of things that they could be using that they could have just wanted to take, like ivermectin, right? That could have detrimental impacts to them because they saw something on. Did I finish speaking?
I mean, you mentioned ivermectin. It wasn't investigational. It's actually has.
Yeah. So I didn't finish. So again, let me please finish. So again, as it relates to this, different types of things that they might want to take just because they felt like it. So again, I think that we shouldn't just leave it up to the public like that. There are plenty of things that we don't just leave it up to the public on, right? So clearly, I think that's one thing that I would do.
Okay, so I actually think that that's I think, for instance, if it's obviously in coordination with a doctor and a doctor says, hey, there's this investigational therapy that might actually help you, and you're currently on your deathbed and you're sentenced to, you're going to pass away, right? I think it should be up to the patient to determine if they want to elect to try it or not. There would be no risk for them if they're already in hospice care or something like that. And that would be between the patient and the doctor. So what is wrong with that? And you mentioned ivermectin. Ivermectin actually is an award-winning, one of the most safest drugs observed in the last 50 years. It has a Nobel Peace Prize for it. And when I and my family had CVID twice, all three of us, in fact, we all took it and we felt better within hours. So whether or not you want to call that on a small scale a study, it worked for us. Okay, it might not work for everybody, but it worked for us. And
so there's no scientific evidence indicating ivermectin is effective for COVID-19. You got scammed, and you're exactly the reason why we have to use governmental regulation to stop people from engaging. Please stop talking. Please stop. Can you please stop talking? Can you please stop talking? Please stop talking. I'm going to mute you again. Stop talking. Again, I literally let you speak the entire time. And it's like literally as soon as I start speaking, you just fucking immediately start talking. Again, as it relates to this, right, we can very clearly see and as it relates to the studies, they do not demonstrate any sufficient evidence to indicate that ivermectin is effective at limiting negative impacts associated with COVID-19. This was a complete scam that was sold to people on social media for literal attention and clicks. Okay, so that was absolute bullshit. There was nothing demonstrating that to be effective towards COVID-19.
But you're using a broad brush painting me in the light of people who bought this shit on social media. I legitimately went to my doctor. They prescribed it to me and my family. And in both cases of having it, we felt better in hours. So whether or not you want to say it doesn't have the proof, it worked for us. I would much rather have something work for us than us end up in a hospital. Do you see the correlation there? So whether or not, the reason why I brought up ivermectin in the first place is because you used it in comparison to an experimental drug, which legitimately is not even the same thing, because ivermectin has been prescribed for 50 years. It has FDA approval on it. Whereas if you want to compare it with the vaccine, right, that still is in studies until 2027. So that it's still being issued out experimentally for people. So you literally contradicted
No.
Yes.
Listen, we have so many studies for this, right? You can actually go to my bibliography in my bio and you can see 30 plus pages of systematic reviews, right? And meta-analyses and different types of studies, right? Specifically demonstrating the effectiveness of vaccinations. There was one recently with like 90 million participants in the study, right? So
or the
very
COVID
clearly
vaccine?
we can demonstrate the positive impacts as it relates to these, and not a single vaccine. Let me please finish.
Hold on.
Stop talking.
I'm just saying.
If you cut me off one more time, I'm just going to mute you every single time I speak. Do I need to treat you like a child?
No, but when you say vaccines, I was specifically talking about COVID-19 vaccine.
Oh my God, she just doesn't stop. Okay. So again, specifically, this one has like 90 million participants that demonstrates the effectiveness of different types of vaccinations, especially related to COVID-19. So again, for you to sit here and say this isn't effective when there's so much evidence, literally, this is just hitting the very, 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 very iceberg of all of this, because it's actually ridiculous how much evidence there is as it relates to it, right? One thing, two, there's not a single symptom that is manifested after 6 months after injection as it relates to a vaccine that's been given to the public, okay?
It's not true. That is a blatant
Name
lie.
one. Name one.
Yeah. So I actually can talk.
as per
I can talk
CDC.
about this because I have friends who are nurses, and they were under duress to take it, or else they would lose their job. And do you know that in 2 of my 3 friends who took it, who are
Same thing with
nurses,
flu.
one had a stroke within 24 hours, an actual stroke, and the other one had a brain aneurysm within 24 hours. So don't you dare tell me that there was nothing that happened for somebody within 6 months. And in fact, there have been
No,
many.
you didn't listen. You didn't listen to my point. That's not my point. There are adverse events related to it, but again, you'd have to demonstrate that was specifically caused by the vaccine. Second of all, as it relates to this, again, I'm saying that manifested after 6 months after injection. There's no vaccine that we've given to the public where there has been symptoms that have manifested after 6 months. That means you take it 6 months later, then a symptom comes out of nowhere.
Okay, so there's still side effects, is there not? Whether or not it's within 6 months or
there are adverse events related to vaccinations. I will not dispute that. But the adverse events related to vaccinations are significantly lower than that would be related to vaccination without not the vaccination.
Look,
to
you're not
the
gonna win me
virus.
over on-
Well, let me please finish. To the virus related to the virus without the context of vaccination. Okay, so vaccination
Okay, so when we were talking about-
undisputedly. Stop talking.
I thought you were
Vaccinations.
dead.
Vaccinations undisputedly reduce negative impacts as it relates to symptoms, right? How long people are infectious, right? How likely they're to be hospitalized, and how likely they are to die.
Okay, great. And then there's also the side effects like myocarditis, pericarditis, stroke, blood clots, which my mother-in-law is actually dealing with. She never had blood clots before she took the jab, and she took it like 6 or 7 times, right? She has done all her boosters, and now she has a bunch of blood clots. So anyways, we talked about ivermectin. Wait, we were talking about...
Don't pivot. So again, what you're relating to here, right, as it relates to the context of this, I'm not disputing things as it relates to adverse events, but these adverse events specifically are extremely rare, and they are less likely to happen as it relates to the vaccine, comparative to some people who get the virus without the context of the vaccination, right? And plus with the context of vaccination, as it relates to things like myocarditis and pericarditis, it's less negatively impactful, right, to people who get it from the vaccination comparative to from COVID, right? My dad had myocarditis specifically from COVID and almost died from it. There are plenty of other people whose grandparents had similar experiences, and that's way more likely to occur as it relates to COVID-19 than comparative to the vaccination.
So I don't agree with a one-size solution for medical care, right? And I think it's crazy to assume that everybody should do it the same exact way. Now, if that was your choice and your family's choice, good on you. My choice, on the other hand, was to take a well-known, well-documented ivermectin treatment, which actually did have a positive impact on the health of my family.
No scientific evidence indicated it was effective.
I'm not done. Now
no scientific evidence indicates effective. I've already gone over this.
But it did work. It did work either way. So it worked.
That's a correlation causation fallacy. That's a placebo.
I'm not on an app.
And the sugar pill worked too.
Excuse me, but I'm not on an app parroting a drug that, you don't know what somebody's adverse event is going to be. I'm telling you my own personal encounter and what I decided to do. My decision.
It worked, and that's the same thing as me saying a sugar pill worked.
But what you did, the reason why I brought up ivermectin, actually you brought up the ivermectin, right? So when you brought up ivermectin, I wanted to correct your point because you jumbled it in with experimental. When we were talking about the Right to Try Act, then you brought up ivermectin. Not I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. And I was giving you my experience with it and what I know about it as being a Nobel Peace Prize award winning drug, to be one of the safest drugs that we've ever known.
COVID-19.
Excuse me, one of the safest drugs we've ever known about. Well, let's take COVID-19 out of it. Sure, whatever. It doesn't matter. I like the Right to Try Act.
It does matter because that changes the risk-benefit analysis.
Excuse me. If I'm on my deathbed, I would like the option to make my own personal decisions on my health. Just like my body, my choice, as you guys always love to say, right? So this was my choice for my body. That's what I elected to do. Now, if ivermectin didn't work for me, then I might have to look at other options. But if somebody is legitimately on their deathbed and they know they only have 6 weeks to a few months, and then the doctor says, hey, we don't have great, we're just investigating this new therapy. Would you like to try it? I would like the option to say yes. if I so choose to.
Yeah. You want to say yes to a drug that would increase your likelihood of dying that shows no evidence
When you're
to indicate
already
that it
on
would
your
reduce your
deathbed, buddy.
Stop. That shows no evidence that it would reduce your symptoms. Jeremy, I appreciate the dinosaur. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If anything, that's cruel as a policy to allow.
I'm sorry. I don't think it's cruel because the patient can also say, no, I don't want to try that. I'm going to run the course. So you're not taking away
do you think there should be
somebody's
roller
option.
coasters where people can unalive themselves?
You're interrupting, Parker. No, you're giving them an option to try something if they so elect to. It's not by force. It's not changing.
Yeah, and the same thing would be true if you're going to relate to the context of people who could go on roller coasters that could unalive them. Do you think people should be able to do that? Okay. They go to Six Flags and there's a ride that could possibly unalive them. They can go on it.
Your parallel, this analogy and this parallel is absolutely laughable. As a matter of fact, you're going to tell me, please. Somebody who is on hospice, right? Who has a rare cancer or an aggressive cancer, and they know, for instance, their doctor has said, "Look, you got a couple months to live, buddy. Like that's it. There's no solving this issue. We've exhausted all our efforts are exhausted. You are on hospice," and they say, "However, there is something that take bleach." Again, your analogy is ridiculous.
If someone wants to choose to, they want to try this. They want to try this medical stuff,
okay, so
and it's
you
bleach.
love fascist medical care.
Thank you so much.
So you
Should they
love
be able to do it?
Medical care.
That's
so
not fascist.
What you've just proven is you like to take people's choice away. You just proved that you like to take people's options away. That's what you just proved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are seatbelts fascist?
No, I don't think they're fascist. They're a law. They're a law for a reason. Okay.
That takes away your choice, though.
This would enable a law.
Fascist?
Excuse me. It would be within legislative.
Thank you so much.
It would be within legislative ability to allow people to make a free will choice. And if they don't,
I want the free will choice to go 250 miles an hour on a random street. Appreciate that.
If you don't want to go, see again, this is
the. You don't want to go 250 miles per hour. That's you. I want to go 250 miles per hour.
Your logic is ridiculous. Okay,
no, I'm calling out your logic.
Your analogies are, of course, somebody wouldn't say, I'm going to drink bleach, but these are already in trials or at some stage, right?
$2.
They're not pouring bleach into a petri dish and saying, drink this. They're in the process of a trial under investigation by a laboratory that is in healthcare. So no, it's not even an equal argument. It's actually ridiculous.
No, this bill specifically allows anything that is not FDA approved. What are you talking about?
The vaccine was
that
not
would include bleach. That would include bleach.
Tried to enforce it on American people. You know what? And the vaccine was not FDA approved either when they.
You know what? Emergency use authorization 1, 2. As it relates to this, literally bleach would fall under that category. And if bleach falls under that category specifically, well, then it would be the case that they would be able to do that in this particular setting. So you're saying that people should be allowed to take bleach if social media influences them to do so.
If so, I never said anything about social media whatsoever.
I'm giving you a circumstance that if social media influences individuals to do so, and they want to take bleach because they think it will help them with this particular ailment.
So you're going to use the most extreme, ridiculous argument
against reductio ad absurdum.
Right to Try Act. You're going to use the most extreme argument. Of course, you have to do the most extreme. Yeah, some stupid people might want to drink bleach. That's not my problem. When it's up to somebody between their doctor and a patient.
Yes, it is, because you're supporting policy that lets them do it.
When it's between a doctor and their patient to
You're lagging a lot. So turn up. I'm gonna talk real quick. You're lagging a lot. You got to fix your mic and stuff. So I'm gonna mute you real quick. But it is the case that like you're supporting policy that lets people act dumbly, right? In the same way that we would say that it's not okay in the context of speed limits, right, or in the context of seatbelts, is the same way we should help in this circumstance. Yeah, there are certain things I don't think we should leave it up to ultimate free will. That's why I believe in regulating capitalism. That's why I believe in the criminal justice system. That's why I believe in the plenty of laws. Okay, so yes, I am not for unsupervised human action, and you aren't either.
So you're good with emergency use authorization for a non-FDA approved drug, right? And Biden enforcing that. So you just kind of revealed your hypocrisy. Parker, I'm just going to be honest. You revealed your hypocrisy, and I'll tell you why. When you say a emergency use authorization, that is not the same as a full FDA approval, and you know it. Okay, so you just revealed to yourself and your audience how hypocritical you can be on your stances, because Biden did try to enforce that. Not only that, but he mandated it for the military and even attempted to mandate it for employers that had over 100 employees unconstitutionally.
The military is mandated to take the anthrax vaccine. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, you know that reduces
wrong.
their likelihood of getting anthrax, though? You think that they should be able to get... Yeah, there's a lot of problems with you saying that there should be no mandates.
You want to know...
Wait. Stop. What about for doctors?
Can I respond? Can I respond to that?
No, you can't.
You did. I'm trying to respond.
And I don't care.
You just made a point.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
I'll let you respond after. I'm going to ask you another question.
Because you're showing you're a hypocrite.
I'm not. I'm going to let you respond, right? I'm just not letting you respond right now. As it relates to this, clearly, right? If I bring up a particular a thing with like healthcare workers who are working in the context of nursing homes, should they be mandated to take different types of vaccinations?
No, I don't think anybody should be mandated to take any vaccinations. I think it should be their free will choice they put in their body and what they invest in their body. Not everybody has an equal they don't have an equal outcome to taking a specific vaccine. They could have adverse side effects. And that is what I would like to prevent. And as a matter of fact, you brought up the anthrax vaccine, and I'm glad that you did, because I was just on a live with the military. She's in the military. She actually was, by force, told that she had to take the anthrax vaccine, which was not FDA approved at the time. And when she did, she ended up having she became pregnant shortly after, and she had a child with special needs. And they were showing a correlation between anthrax vaccines and adverse side effects. Okay, so yeah, I do not like any enforcement on what people
I'm not disputing that, but what I'm saying is that why are we making a big issue about COVID when COVID has so many less? As it relates to the context of anthrax is associated with adverse events. I would have to see that one specifically, but like here, I do want to reference this. As it relates to mandates, right? We've had mandates.
Events. You know why they
stop talking?
Do you know why they? Oh my! I'm
about to like kick you off the live. This is ridiculous. Like I can't even have a productive conversation. Okay, please stop. I've literally had to say this to you like a million times. You're being insufferable, okay? Mandates have shown, right, in many different places, especially public schools, to be effective at reducing and basically getting rid of measles, mumps, rubella, right, polio, right, plenty of different illnesses that have plagued the children of our country. So you're not for any of the public school mandates that we've had in this country that have basically eradicated these different types of illnesses?
Actually, herd immunity does a better job than vaccination, and we can argue on both sides.
Through vaccination.
No, actually, it's not. It's a more natural course of action, and we can argue the fact that vaccines could also correlate with the fact that at the same time the disease changed or it went away through herd immunity, because not everybody in the 80s or the 70s or the 60s was getting unanimously vaccinated at the same time. So I don't want to go down the rabbit hole,
got the
honestly,
polio vaccine and stuff.
With you. I brought up only.
Yes, they did. Yes, we've had mandates. We've literally had mandates associated with that. They were forced to, if you go to public school, you have to get this vaccination. You have no clue what you're talking about, right?
Okay,
and as it relates to herd immunity is best with natural immunity plus vaccination immunity. Any person who is in epidemiology would say this.
Okay, so far, I've gotten one of my bullet points out for why I support Trump, right? And now we've been on a 25-minute tangent about it. This is why I wanted to get them all out, because I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get through the reasons why I support
Trump. Points are complex. If we have 20-minute conversation about a point, that's fine.
We can agree to disagree, okay, on this. We can agree to disagree. But I do feel like there is some hypocrisy in your viewpoints on the fact that you do not understand the Right to Try Act and how that could benefit somebody who is on hospice, but yet you still parrot and promote a not FDA certified or approved vaccine. Like it's the irony.
I think I understand the difference in a global pandemic, right? So there's a difference in a global pandemic, and we had clinical trials to be able to demonstrate this.
No, I again, we can agree to disagree on that matter, but that's
disagree. That's the standard of the scenario. You're talking about it being applicable to things in which there's not even clinical trials for, that hasn't been tested in animals, that has literally absolutely nothing tested about it, and you can just
show me the animal
test. That is fucking terrible policy.
Excuse me, can you show me the animal test for the COVID vaccine before it started being administrated?
Yeah, there was 3 phases of clinical trials. That was like within second phase.
Wait, for the animal. Can you show me? Can you show me the animal trials, please? Can you show me? Because they didn't. And you know what? The animal trials that they did have existing on their files
That's
for
not
this,
true.
it showed very much adverse events for animal trials. Yes,
Wait,
this
show
is
me
coming
which
from
ones.
top.
Show me.
No. I asked you to show me the animal
Yeah,
trials.
you can go to PfizerClinicalTrials.com.
Uh-huh. And do you know about the patients that had adverse events that they took off the trial? Do you know about those patients? Maddie being one of them.
Show me a source for that.
I have a whole video. I can't show you because it's a video. How am I going to show you?
Okay, I'd love to see the video.
Yeah, again, I've looked at other evidences, right, that are supporting my viewpoints, which you don't know about. And the fact of the matter is, this is on you to figure this out, because you are on this app 24/7 having these debates. You're on this app 24/7.
You're the one making the claim. You're the one making the claim.
Very clearly, there was a Senate hearing about it, a congressional hearing where the mother of the daughter came up and told their story about how her daughter was in the Pfizer trial. Her name is Maddie, and she immediately had adverse events. In fact, she was paralyzed and she was having seizures. She can't walk now. And when they brought it up to the people within the trial who are working on the trial, they literally took her off the trial and they didn't report it in the final outcomes. There's multiple people, as a matter of fact, not just her. She is one example. Okay, so I'm not trusting the trial.
What's the source for that? What's the source for that?
You can go look up the congressional hearing. Look up Maddie COVID adverse events, okay, or reaction. There was an entire congressional hearing about it. And there wasn't just that one. There was multiple ones. In fact, every time I try to share this on my TikTok, it gets taken down every single time. Do you think that's fair and free information for the public to know whether or not to make a good decision for themselves?
I get taken down all the time, right? Right now. Can you just like stop? Let me say something. Okay. Every single time I do any topic, like literally like almost any topic, I get banned. Right? That's why I'm like literally only able to do like one or two topics. Every other topic that I do relating to social advocacy gets banned right now. There's over moderation across all of TikTok. Speaking of over moderation, I think Dean just got banned right fucking now. Perfect timing. She just brought up how she gets banned and stuff. Well, Dean literally just got banned right now. Like quite literally just got banned right now.
In 2020, as all of this information was coming out, I had about 25,000 followers, and I was trying an attempt to share the information, not with my viewpoints, just for informational purposes only, so people can make their own free will decision on what they want to do with their own body. And every single time I tried to share it, the videos were removed. They were just removed a week ago.
You're not getting removed right now.
Well, yes, they are. I just legitimately this last week.
Live in front of 5,000 people saying it right now.
I don't have a way to show you a video, and you know that. Okay, you just can go in. I gave the information.
You're on a live in front of 5,000 people saying it right now.
I've given the information to your audience, and if they have any care to go research it, they can. Okay, this is just information that I'm passing on. Anybody who actually does care about this information can go do what they want with it. And if not, that's on them. It's not on me. So I've tried to share this information. And again, you were unaware of this information. I think that's quite alarming. I wasn't unaware.
You say that about every single one of the claims because you don't want to provide any evidence of your claim, right? There are plenty of things that I could mention that you wouldn't know about. Obviously, I'm not going to know every single fact of everything. Stop talking. Stop talking. I'm done talking to you after this. Okay. Right. You are unbelievably impossible to have a conversation with every single time. Right. I've spoke. You have cut me off every single time I've spoke. Okay. You are literally one of the most, like the hardest people to talk to I've talked to on this, and I debate people every single day for hours. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. You're absolutely insufferable. Okay.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that.
And I can send you for something. Yeah, sure. Right. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. And I guarantee most people that come on my live would completely disagree with you, that have conversations with me every single day. Right.
That's fine. I really don't care about anybody else's judgment on me. I really don't. I don't care. I formulated my opinions and what I would like to do with my vote as well as my body based on the education and the information that I have had access.
She starts talking again so that I can't finish my point, by the way. Like she absolutely, completely socially unaware. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I mean, you just like criticized
of what I just said.
Yeah, you just personally attacked me and criticized me on your live, and I'm responding to that. And I said, I don't care what people think about me. I really don't.
No, you're not letting me actually speak, right? What I said is that you've never let me speak, and I told you that you're insufferable, okay? Because you won't let me speak. And then you proved my point again by literally not stopping talking, okay? So literally, if you look at the public health communications collaboration, they say false claims circulate after a COVID-19 vaccine injury, right? Specifically relating to the fact that they took it out, right? I can send this to you right now if you want to look at publichealthcollaborative.org, right? You can look that up right now.
Okay, so I would prefer if you went to the congressional hearing and then make your opinion based on what you hear the testimony as being, not an opinion article. Okay, so there's been plenty of congressional hearings regarding the side effects thereof and the people that participated in the studies that were actually removed from the study. And that is problematic. Okay. And that is why I did not want to take it and why I chose to take ivermectin instead, which was effective for me and my family. Like I said, whether or not it was placebo, it still worked for me. Anyways, so
that
now I have heard
it worked. If it was placebo, that would mean that it wasn't that worked. That's exactly what shows me that you have literally no clue what you're talking about. Because the whole point of saying that it was effective or that it worked for an individual would be that you can determine that this specifically influenced the outcome to become better. But you can't do that. And no study can you mention indicates that at all, right? That's complete bullshit, a narrative that you bought into because you were fucking propagandized by random claims on social media and the misinformation that was running around social media.
Okay,
right?
it worked for me.
You literally got propagandized into placebo drugs that did not do anything for COVID-19.
Right.
What it won the award for specifically was because it's an anti-parasitic. That's not even related
wait,
to.
hold on.
I appreciate that.
Well, maybe
she does the same thing I just called her out for. Oh my gosh.
Maybe it's a parasite.
It's every single time I needed to speak, right? You completely stop. And if it was a parasite, COVID-19, well, then the anti-parasitic specifically would have been effective against it. And no study demonstrated that. Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You completely deny evidence, you deny science, and you follow absolute bullshit conspiracy theories that you see on the internet. And that's a fucking issue.
Great. That's awesome. So that's your opinion about it. It did work for me and my family both times we had COVID.
No, you don't even, you just said the same thing after not. What did I just say? Like what?
Okay, so let's move on because that was one of the bills that I mentioned that I actually support Trump on. So you want to go to the second reason why I like Trump?
Sure.
Great. So again, if every
Operation Warp Speed actually first before you do that.
I didn't like it. I don't support him for that. I don't like it. I can criticize him as well, but I don't think you can criticize Biden as much as I can criticize anybody in the Republican Party. I criticize
Why are you voting for RFK?
I actually do like RFK a lot.
Yeah,
I think he's
your anti-vax conspiracy theory.
Yeah, guy. I don't think he's going to be able to get the vote though. We haven't seen an independent win. I don't even know the last time. So I unfortunately we're in a two-party system, and so I would like my vote to count rather than throwing it away. But I do like RFK a lot, and I think he tells the truth on a lot of fronts. He just spoke about the Russia and Ukraine situation, and I
appreciate. Thank you.
And I thought it was actually brilliant the way he broke it down, because there are financial profiteers who are going to absolutely make a lot of money off of this war, as well as every war that has ever been fought. And I do not like war, ultimately. And I do not like people who are losing their life frivolously for profiteers to make money out of it. So anyways, we can talk about, like I said before, the Abraham Peace Accords, which I thought was amazing. That Trump was able.
Thank you for the $15 on Cash App. Thank you so much. You just appreciate the cap. And Emperor, thank you for the crown.
So he was able to broker that peace accord deal with the Middle East. The Middle East was stable under his administration during the time that he was in office, and through that Abrahamic peace accord, it's stable.
If it was stable, then why did he have to increase military drone strikes by 450%?
Well, those were targeted drone strikes. Okay, we didn't have boots. We didn't have any shooting wars while he was in office. Obama did more drone strikes than Trump did. Okay, so
let's not. He increased it by 450% in the Middle East.
No.
Drew, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. W Drew in the comment section. Thank you so much, Drew. I appreciate it, bro.
So targeted is much different than sending military personnel, boots on the ground with guns. Okay,
boots on the ground with guns in many countries. What are you talking about?
Well, we didn't have a shooting war. Okay,
yes,
we did not. No, where? Tell me where.
Wait. In the context of the Middle East, in Iraq and in Kuwait,
where?
Right, they were quite literally defending places in Syria.
Wait, defending or in a shooting war? Were we actually, or were we declaring war or participating in an active war? No, it didn't.
Wait,
No,
we're
it
not
didn't.
declaring war now.
No, it didn't.
Appreciate the crown. Thank you so much.
No, but
Wait,
we're
we didn't declare
participating by
war now. There was
proxy.
no declaration of war under
we're
Biden's
funding-
administration.
We're funding.
Wait,
excuse me,
listen to
we're
what I'm saying
funding and
before you respond.
participating by proxy.
Before you respond, that we did not declare war with any nation right, under Biden's administration.
Right. And we are participating and funding the war by proxy is my answer to that. Okay. If you like funding foreign wars and sending hundreds of billions of dollars overseas, that's good on you. But I would have rather have seen Maui be taken care of, which Biden legitimately didn't give a shit about. Not only that, but East Palestine, Ohio as well. He literally went a year after the event even took place. That is a problem. That is not a leader. That is not somebody I'm going to put my signature next to and say, I will vote for you. Absolutely not.
And I mean, I don't think Trump necessarily did much for severe like weather and stuff as it relates to that. But as it relates to this, so you're saying that Biden, I wish he took care of the people and he didn't give money to people who like, as it relates to like other countries, right? Trump gave foreign aid, but also during Trump's administration, he increased, right? I appreciate the IC, thank you so much. The federal deficit from $380 billion a year to almost $1 trillion pre-COVID, cutting taxes on the top 1%, people making over $500,000 a year. So where was that money going to people in need?
Actually,
specifically stop talking. Where was that money specifically under the context of Trump's administration? Right, when he was giving money to millionaires, right, at the same time when Republicans are claiming, oh, why isn't it coming us to help us here in the United States? Well, Trump wasn't doing that when he had the ability to. And Charles, yo, thank you so much for the $100 on Venmo. Holy fuck, y'all are going absolutely crazy today. Charles in the comment section. Thank you so much, man.
I know we're pivoting now, right? We've just pivoted, but there's actually been third-party analysis on his tax plan, and actually you were incorrect. What the tax plan actually did is it brought down the middle and lower class families' tax liability by 15%. This was done by third-party agencies, okay? It also actually increased the top 1% of taxpayers. They had lower liabilities the first year, but then it steadily went back up. And if you did not like that tax plan, by the way,
which are you referencing? Where'd you get this from? No, where'd you get this from? That's bullshit.
Yeah.
What third party?
No. Yeah. Do you want me to get you the name? Do you really need me to get you everything I'm saying? See, you have not provided one piece of receipt or evidence for any of your claims, but you keep putting me on the spot to give you one.
Name what you want me to provide.
Excuse me. I have given you the talking point. I'm responding to your talking points. Okay. I'm responding. And then you instantly jump on me to give you a receipt. That is a very unfair, unbalanced approach, I would say. So what I'm saying is there was third party evaluations. The Hill did a report on it. Business Insider did a report on it. There's multiple articles to say that as a matter of fact, his tax plan was the most beneficial for middle and lower class.
I don't see either of those.
Well, do you legitimately need me to go? I mean,
I
Google
looked it up right now because I've looked this up plenty of times. I
can bring it up. I have that on my recent screenshots because I've actually debated this topic multiple times now.
Yeah. I'd love to see that because I looked it up and I don't see any of this.
And so through those third-party evaluations, they did find, like I said, that the tax liability for the middle class and the lower class dropped by 15%. Now, let me ask you this.
Thank you so much.
Do you think that tax plan was
15% in terms of the effective rate? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, their total tax liability, excuse me. You can take it up with the third party evaluation on it, okay? You don't even know the evaluation to say
thank you for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
To say not true is actually very disingenuous if you don't even know what I'm talking about, the report that was done. Just to go not true, I don't want to hear what you have to say and I'm just going to refute it without actually looking at the evaluation is so disingenuous. So anyway,
no, I already know because I've looked at stuff related to this. I know that it didn't drop.
No, but you didn't know that there was a third party. You didn't know
15% effective wouldn't even make sense because people who are paying that much in taxes right now aren't even paying 15% effective. What are you talking about?
Listen, I've literally clarified it for you. There is a you can go into their evaluation and you make your own assessment. Again, I'm not going to enforce my opinion on you, but what information I've observed, because I wasn't even talking, you brought up the tax plan. Okay, you brought it up. I didn't bring it up as my main talking point of why I'm going to vote for Trump. I am just saying that what you are saying is absolutely not accurate compared to what the third-party evaluation company did, as well as the IRS.
What's the title for those guys? I would love to look at those. Wait, I can pull up the IRS right now on that.
Hold on one second. Are you going to keep me on the live if I go off screen to go get the name of the company?
Yeah, I won't be able to hear you while you do that. Once you come back, I should be able to hear you.
Okay, hold on.
For sure. All right, well, tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it to 1 million likes, everyone. Yeetus, I appreciate the magic. Thank you so much. By the way, if you do check like any of the fact checks and whatnot, right, it says over the entire period, it is 83%, because a lot of the cuts that were given in the very beginning, right, get cut off. So then a lot of the benefits end up going to the top 1% at the very end. So the policy is still set up in that particular way. It's just distributed, right, in a different capacity, right? Does that make sense? That's really all the sources say. Appreciate the crown. Thank you so much. So it still ends up being 83%. That's the whole point. I'm talking overall, 83% of the cuts are going to the top 1%. That's what I'm relating to.
Okay. Hold on. Because I'm listening to you as I'm off screen, as I'm going through my screen.
It's actually 82.8, by the way.
Okay, as I'm going through my screenshots, right, to try and find the actual name of the company so I can give it to you. The evaluation, so it's a 5-year or 7-year plan, whatever the tax plan was, right? So if you think that tax plan was so horrendous, right, and you are a Biden constituent and you're voting for Biden, why, if it was so horrendous, why has not Biden changed it? Because he has the authority to do a different bill, a tax bill. Why hasn't he changed it then?
That's the legislative branch.
Right, but this was, but you're saying Trump
influenced the tax bill. This was one of Trump's biggest policies that he pushed for in terms of his administration.
Right.
So obviously the Republican Party was trying to get that passed, right? He was a huge influencer
in the same
of it.
right, if this was so terrible and you're saying it's so terrible, then why hasn't Biden worked with his Democrats in office to adjust it and change it? Why are you holding Biden equally accountable?
You have to get past the filibuster. The filibuster would be 60 Democrats. They don't have 60 Democrats.
Wait. There's no filibuster yet, right? There hasn't been a filibuster.
There's a filibuster.
Is there? Okay, so what's the tax plan that Biden has tried to propose and change? What is the new tax plan?
There doesn't even have to be a proposal because he can't until 2025.
Okay, you just literally made the most crazy excuse I've ever heard. As a matter of fact, Biden has the authority to create a new tax plan if so he wanted to.
It's already in law and in effect until 2025.
First of all, I didn't pivot. Somebody's saying I
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
This was I'm sorry, Parker is talking to me.
Yo, Koala, thank you for the Leon. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm Peter and Chris. I'm Peter and Chris.
Yeah. So this was Parker's talking point, not mine. This is not one of the reasons why I'm going to vote for Trump. First of all, Parker brought it up. I did not. I never brought it up as my talking point on why I'm going to vote for Trump. So Parker brought it up. I'm just clarifying the misinformation on it because there is a lot of misinformation that's being parroted on this app as well as news streams. So there is a third-party evaluation. Again, I'll be happy to pull it up. And if you want, I can put it in the comments at some point as well. Okay, but the evaluation was that it actually did positively impact the middle and lower class people the most. Okay, so again, another reason why I would like to. Again,
I didn't see that because 82% of the cuts went to the top 1%.
So what was the company that you're looking at? What is the company that did the evaluation? On the article you're looking at or whatnot.
Yeah, you can just pull the one from factcheck.org. That one says overall, right, that it's 82.8. It says that what's up?
Hold on. You're using a factcheck.org instead of looking at the third-party agency's evaluation on it?
Isn't that a third-party organization?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I go to the source of who is saying what.
How is factcheck.org any different than the
Are
Hill?
they tax accountants? Or are they actually who? I don't even know what they fact checked, because are they tax evaluation expert? Are they experts? I mean,
I can give you
that's
the
kind
same
of.
thing from the Washington Post, same thing from Vox.
What was the name of the company that they're referencing?
The name of what
Who
company?
did this third party evaluation?
Well, I mean, this is from factcheck.org.
What?
So-
Right. They're fact checking what exactly? Are they fact
They're
checking the
fact-checking
third?
the claim of 83% of taxes going to the top 1%.
Nobody
And
said
again,
anything
they
about
show the distribution of it over time.
Wait. I never said anything about
Showing the
83%.
top 1% getting 80
I
by
never-
2027, top 1% getting 82.8%.
Parker, I never made a claim about any 83%. You brought that up through your factcheck.org.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm showing.
The evaluation by the third party agency, like I said, was that the middle and lower tax brackets received a 15% overall tax break. So I don't know what you're looking at, but it is nothing reminiscent to what I'm talking about at all.
Okay, well, I mean, I have to see like specifically what you're relating to, but this is again an independent organization. I don't know why you're not acknowledging that, but
So
it
is the
clearly
third-party
shows by
agency-
2027 that it would reach that, and I can show you which one you're referencing.
Okay, so like I said, the third party tax experts who did the full evaluation in coordination with the IRS, as a matter of fact, they are the ones who assessed the tax law that created that 15% reduction in overall taxes for the middle to lower classes. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. And you brought up this tax plan as a talking
Can you
point.
just
I
tell me
never.
the source, please?
Hold on.
Okay. Everyone keep tapping that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes today. Let's literally try to hit 2 million today, actually, y'all. I've got like 2 more hours or so left on the live, everyone. So if you do want to support me as well, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. I have class at like 7 o'clock. So right when I'm done with this, I got to get going. Yeah, I appreciate the crown. Thank you so much, Sharpie. I appreciate it. All right, everyone, keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live. If you have any questions, you can put in the comment section right now in the meantime while she's looking stuff up. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that, chat. I did not mean to do that. I need to turn that off. Yeah, thank you for the good afternoon. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll put on like that so that it doesn't happen. Okay. But yeah, tap that screen, everyone. We can easily run it up to 1 million likes. We're gonna get a sub only chat for the last hour of the live. So here in about an hour or so. Yeah, thank you for the sunglasses. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And the tiny dinies as well. Oh, that's not to me. Okay. We'll see what source she has. Give her a second to come back, everyone, with the source. We will wait for a second. What time zone are you in? I am Pacific Standard Time. I live in Los Angeles. All right, everyone. Yo, I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much, Lex Lady. Thank you so much. Just straight up chilling. So do give it a second, everyone. She has no source. We'll see. Let's let her defend herself. We'll see, everyone. Does anyone know what happened to Dean, everyone? Because I never asked him.
Give me a minute, you guys, okay? I'm going through my whole camera roll right now. If you guys could just bear with me, I would be happy to come back with the name of the company, okay?
Okay. Thank you for the log, Kinky. I appreciate it, Abs. Thank you so much. Why don't you ask Dean yourself? I can. But yeah, share the live, everyone. Copy link, send it to friends. You can do so like infinitely, everyone. But yeah, by the way, if you wanna let me know where you're watching from, where you're seeing the live from, type it in chat if you would like to. Kind of curious to always ask that sometimes. But tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 1 million likes, everyone. I'm seeing a lot of Midwest, different countries as well. Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's cool. Iowa, got some Iowas in there. That's cool. I saw a few Kentuckys. I'm seeing a lot of Midwest. I'm liking the Midwest. I grew up in Iowa. Seeing some Portlands and Pittsburghs. That's cool. Iowa to Arizona here. That's cool. I moved to California when I was like 2014 with my family. But I grew up in Iowa, grew up in the Quad Cities. But yeah, keep tapping that screen ever. Let's run it to 1 million likes. Abs, thank you for the paper crane. Thank you so much. San Bernardino, Kenya. I know where that is. California. Nice, nice. Yo, TR, thank you for the 5 subs. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, TR. Thank you so much as well. Everyone, if you want to join the sub-only chats that I always put on for the last hour of my lives, it's easier for me to read comments and interact with people. And you can, like, it's easier to interact with other people who are in the chat because it goes a lot slower. Make sure to join my subs. I got, like, taken down for, like a month on this, and we lost, like, 1,000 subs and whatnot. So we're trying to build it back up. We were at, like, 2,300, but we're trying to build it back up right now. Are you and Dean twins? No, we're not. Hot Dog, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Hot Dog is the coolest person to ever be alive. Oh my gosh. To ever be in the chat. For real, for real. Taking down why? Literally just like TikTok over moderation. So TikTok over moderates like really badly on this app, and they don't really have like good systems to be able to get your account back. Daily, thank you for the fireworks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Daily.
So the name of the company that did the third-party evaluation is TCJA. T is in Thomas, J is in Jackson, C is in Charlie, A is in Alpha.
Yeah, TCJA, and then tax cut 2018.
Tax. You could do Trump's tax plan evaluation.
Eval. All right, let's check. I looked that up and I don't see anything.
Yeah, so the article I have, and I have a screenshot of it, which I just pulled deep within my screenshots, is from Yahoo News. That was one of the articles.
Where'd you see this?
TCJA.
Yeah, I know. Where do you see this?
So the
That's
one
not a company.
It is. Okay, and do you want me to pull it up?
The TCJA is the acronym for Tax Cut and Jobs Act.
Yeah, you can again.
What company? What tax foundation?
I can pull up the article for you, and you can read it. Okay.
Yeah, which article is it?
Oh, you know what?
Tell me the title. Okay.
Well, I can't. It's a screenshot. So can we pull it up and you can read it for yourself?
Yeah, let's.
You're right. It wasn't TCJA that was the name. Okay, so it says according to the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation. Sorry, that's the name of the company.
It's Yahoo View Commons. Okay, wait. So it's on Yahoo News.
Well, there's plenty of articles that verify this information because I don't just go to a single source. I actually verify my information through multiple channels. But this one in particular, I just think it did a good job of summarizing what all the articles say on it. It says, according to the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation, so that was the organization who did the evaluation on it, the TCJA reduced effective tax rates for all income groups in 2018 because we have a progressive tax system. High earners pay the highest rates and receive the largest rate reductions. However, lowering rates for a group of taxpayers does not necessarily reduce their share of the tax burden. And then additionally, if you go to like I said, Business Insider, it actually, because this, I don't know exactly when this article came out, but when they did the full evaluation.
Cool, yeah, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. How does this say that like the 83% claim is wrong?
Right. Okay, so when they did the full evaluation, right, they looked at 2018 to 2021, and the latest article about this was in 2021. They actually that's where the substance of the 15% for the middle and lower tax brackets came in. So I'm just giving you, we're
talking about the effects after 2027, which is how long the policy went through.
Wait, you wanted the source for who did the tax evaluation. That's what I went into my camera roll.
None of this disputes the claim that I made about 83%. 82.8
Can you look
actually.
up? That was on factcheck.org. I don't know what the heck I'm telling you.
That's through 2027.
So from the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation, can you please go look at their evaluation? If you really want to see it for yourself. I would have to know the title of this, but I'll look it up. I'm just saying, the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation is the one who did the assessment alongside with the IRS. That's what I pulled this for that reason alone, because I'm giving you the actual company, because your question was which company did it. And that's why I'm bringing this up on screen for you. For sure. All right. We'll pull this up and we'll look at this and I'll see if I can find it. It's from 2017. Hopefully we can see. We'll see what it says. There's more updated, like I said, Business Insider, The Hill, Forbes even did an article about it, and Forbes indicated I was right. So, I don't know what you're referencing. Okay, so this was, like I said, this is not my reason for voting for Trump, right? You brought this up. I'm just speaking to the fact that you brought it up with a response. This is not my key reason for voting for Trump, okay? This is actually not even on my list. I don't care. I care about a lot of other policies other than this. One, and I've mentioned this before, again, the DNA testing that was being done at the border, I think is absolutely important to ensure that children are coming in lawfully with family members.
To make sure people are coming in lawfully with family. Okay, so I mean, I would have to look at those specifically, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know the policy there specifically. So sure. I mean, I if they're just doing DNA testing, I wouldn't necessarily see an issue with that unless there would be other reason. I'd have to look at that though.
Yeah, again, there's a lot of reasons why. I mean, we've been on this live together for a while. I'm going to lose service. Hold on. We've been on this live for a while. I was only able to get out like 4 of my reasons, just my top 4, I guess you can call it that, for why I'm going to be voting for Trump. Again, international affairs, Paris climate, well, that's another one, right? So he pulled us out of some agreements that we weren't getting anything for, like the Paris climate agreement. We were pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into that policy on an annual basis and not getting anything back for it. So there's some things where he was rerouting foreign funding back to the American people.
Wait, so I mean, the Paris Climate Accords, that's for climate in the future. You understand that we can get that back as it relates to the reduction of negative externalities in the future?
How long have we been in that agreement, Parker? How long have we been?
That was under Obama's administration, so it's been probably like a decade. Time.
Yeah, a decade. And how many billions of dollars? Well, how many billions of dollars have we put into that program?
Probably under like 150 billion.
No, way more than that. Way more than that. Hundreds of billions of dollars. And so in essence,
okay, can you give me like a source?
My issue, I mean, you would have to go back and look at all the bills that funded that program, right? And you'd have to actually go and do the math on it, because there's not just one place where you can pull it all.
So you have nothing, and that was a straight conjecture point. You just made it up.
Well, you also had conjecture because you said 150 billion. Can you prove 150 billion, Parker? That's all we put
I said I don't know, probably this.
Right. So
I was legitimate with it. I wasn't like confident with the position.
Right, but we've been in it for a decade, right? And we haven't gotten anything back, right? And if you stake your claim in the fact that we have climate change, right? I mean, obviously we're still experiencing that. So the Paris Climate Accord has not prevented climate change. Okay, it hasn't done that.
No, so it's supposed to be an action towards doing this in the first place, right? The same thing was done with the context of the ozone layer. Remember when there was a hole in the ozone layer? Well, there still is, but we've basically repaired the issue because we had to get international governments across the board to be able to work together to do this, and we did that. So this is the very, very point to start to do this type of stuff. How did we repair
the ozone layer?
I mean, I'd have to check back and remember. I just remember
what is the proof? What is the proof that we have repaired the ozone layer?
Okay, I'll pull it up.
Because see, when I was in elementary school, they were talking about the ozone layer, right? And that it was depleting.
I know. It's because we stopped using particular products that were diminishing it.
Right. But I'm saying, what's the proof that we healed it? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I got you right here.
So for 10 years, we were talking about that.
So
right?
the UN Environmental Program, you can look up unep.org.
Right.
So around 99% of ozone depleting substances have been phased out and productive layer above Earth is being replenished. Appreciate the cap. Thank you so much.
How is it being replenished?
That's the claim of them. Mary, I appreciate the $6.66 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I would love to see the science on how it's being replenished and how they're measuring that, and by what measurement, right? So I like science. Like, I do appreciate science. I don't just go by somebody's, claim.
Yeah, in the mid-1970s, scientists warned that man-made chemicals in everyday products such as aerosols, foams, appreciate the handout, thank you so much, Refrigerators and air conditioners were harming the ozone layer at the time. They didn't know the scale of the problem, but in 1985, a hole was confirmed in the ozone layer over Antarctica. The world's natural sun shield, which protects humans, plants, animals, and ecosystems from excessive ultraviolet radiation, had been breached. Suddenly, a future blighted by skin cancers, cataracts, dying plants and crops, and damaged ecosystems loomed. There was no time to lose. Scientists had raised the alarm, and the world listened. In 1985, governments adopted the Vienna Convention for the Protection of the Ozone Layer, which provided, appreciate the dinosaur, thank you so much, appreciate Edis, which provided the framework for Montreal Protocol to phase out ozone-depleting substances, including chlorofluorocarbons. The protocol came into effect in 1989, and by 2008, it was the first and only UN environmental agreement to be ratified by every country in the world. The UNEP played a key role in the. Okay, here you want to hear like the specifically reason. Sierra, thank you for the $1. I appreciate. Thank you so much. You had a 10-minute ban. That's truly unfortunate. The results have been dramatic. Right, around 99% of ozone-depleting substances have been phased out of the protective layer of the Earth is being replenished. The Arctic ozone hole is expected. Hannah, thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. Venmo, thank you so much. Expected to close by the 2060s, while the regions return to pre-1980 values even earlier. Every year, estimated 2 million people are saved from skin cancer and the broader benefits. A recent study has shown that without the Montreal Protocol ban on CFCs, lesser carbon would have been stored in plants, vegetation, and soil, which might have led to an additional 0.5 to 1 degree Celsius of global warming, which is absolutely massive. So I can show you the recent study specifically from the UN.
Parker, but where is
you can look at Montreal Protocol.
Hold on, Parker.
I'm giving you a title of a study. The Montreal Protocol protects the.
I don't see in that study where it actually shows the evidence of a healing the ozone hole, the hole that we had in our ozone layer, right? It's saying that it has, but
here using a modeling framework that couples ozone depletion, climate change, damage to plants by ultraviolet radiation, and the carbon cycle, we explore the benefits of avoided increases in ultraviolet radiation and changes in climate on terrestrial biosphere and its capacity as a carbon sink. Considering the range of strengths for the effect of ultraviolet radiation on plant growth, we estimate there could have been 325 to 690 billion tons less carbon held in these by the end of the century, 2080 to 2099, without the protocol specifically, right? So you can literally read this, right?
Great.
It tells
one of the claims was that one of the claims, right, is, okay, so if let's just think about it logically, right? One of the claims is that we had an impact on skin cancer, right? Because of the open hole in our ozone, bringing in more UV light and UVA light, or UV and A and B, whatever it is, right? So now if we go back to when that first claim was made, right? And we say, okay, well, the ozone is healing. That's good.
Wait, why are we arguing
We should
this?
see a reduction. No, I don't know, because you brought it. You kind of brought it up in the terms of the ozone layer.
I don't know
so
why you'd argue against this though. Like this is pretty clear.
I'm just responding. Right, but I'm responding because I'm a logical thinker and I like to process information the way I process information, and I like to break it down, right? I don't just adhere by claims. I like evidence to support my conclusions. And so when we're talking about
the entire time you were like, "Oh my God, you have to look it up," and I literally gave you basically everything. Appreciate the coral. Thank you so much.
No,
you gave me
didn't.
absolutely nothing this entire time. What do you fucking mean you look for evidence? What the fuck are you talking about? The entire time you've been on my live, you've been denying the fact that you need evidence, and you just told me to look it up for everything.
That's not true.
That's such a bullshit. The hypocrisy is actually ironic as fuck.
It's not ironic, actually. And you actually, you contradicted yourself on multiple occasions on your own live. Yes, you did. You said, I'm not good with, wait. You said, I'm not okay with Trump's Right to Try Act. But then at the same token, you're like, but I'm okay with a non-FDA approved drug being enforced on the public, right? But you're good with that.
Relevant difference because there's a pandemic.
No, it's not a relevant difference whatsoever.
There were clinical trials.
And then you use ivermectin.
There was a clinical trials, and it was a pandemic, right? As it relates to the clinical trials, right? You literally were talking about things that were not tested by the FDA, were not gone through clinical trials, no testing done at all. Right, there was an actual process of emergency youth authorization. There was an actual test. There were actual tests of emergency youth authorization that they had to go through in order for it to be given to the public. It wasn't just given to the public immediately. And what you're talking about is allowing for different types of drugs to just be given to the public based upon someone asking for it or consenting to it.
Okay, and so is
ivermectin was not approved for COVID.
Is it FDA approved? Do you know that they use drugs in various ways? Excuse me, but are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? Because
No,
guess
I'm
what?
not a
Doctors
doctor.
would agree. Yeah, so doctors would agree that they do this quite frequently where they use off-label medications to treat various diseases and viruses. They do this all the time. So
they're
it's not
FDA
like a
approved.
new thing. Yeah, and so is ivermectin. Ivermectin was
Again,
FDA approved.
ivermectin is not FDA
No,
approved
off-label
for
means
COVID.
off-label. I guess you don't know what off-label means. Off-label means that it's not approved for that specific treatment, but they can use it for whatever they want, right? For instance, right? But let's just talk about Botox. Everybody thinks I've had Botox. I don't do Botox, but that's
Can
fine.
you show me
I get
that
that
they
all
do
the
that?
time. So for Botox in particular, because a lot of people know about Botox, right? It was specifically for the use of frown lines and forehead lines, right? But they started doing
think
it
the
in
subscription, thank you.
armpits. Excuse me, they started using it in armpits to help with eliminating sweat. They also started using it for migraines. That was an off-label use of a product that was already pre-existing to be FDA approved. That's what I'm talking about. So the ivermectin that we were talking about earlier was actually FDA approved, has a Nobel Peace Prize attached to being the most effective and safest drug. They even give it to pregnant women. And the off-label use, which has been done forever in the medical field, was to treat COVID, a pandemic that we had never seen or experienced before. And like I said, for my particular family, it worked just fine. I'm not saying everybody should have tried it, but it worked for us. And I'm good with that because we didn't end up in the hospital. So what's the problem with that?
Because it didn't show anything to be effective for this. Okay, so I'm not going to dispute the fact that this is legal, but the fact that the matter is that this specifically was not shown to be effective for COVID.
Okay, but
yeah, you
in
are right about
case-
the claim that FDA approved drugs can be used off-label. Actually, 1 in 5 drugs that are prescribed are actually off-label.
Exactly. And my point was when we
You see how I actually look for evidence of the claims and you just bullshit?
Great. But no, I actually gave you the evidence and you fact
No,
checked me.
I had to search it up because I have to spoon feed you your own information.
Good. No, I knew about it. Not you didn't even know what off-label meant. Okay, I did, not you. I'm the one who gave you that information that you've fact checked me and you verified that I was right. So I'm not up here lying to you.
Label is relating to. Like, I don't know why.
Okay.
You said I didn't know that.
Well, when we were talking about, like I said, the Right to Try Act, you're the one who brought up ivermectin, by the way. I did not bring that up. And you were making the claim that it was not FDA approved when it is FDA approved and they were utilizing it in an
not for
off-label
COVID.
manner.
Appreciate the correct.
Right,
Thank you
but
so
they
much.
were using it in but they were using it in an off-label manner.
I never said it was illegal. What I said is there was no scientific
great. So
evidence
now we can
indicating
buy
that it was
it.
effective for COVID, and actually that it was detrimental.
Oh, it was detrimental.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
It's detrimental because if you look at the risk-benefit analysis, right, the risks are only going to be okay given the benefits for the antiparasitic aspect of it. But there aren't benefits that are demonstrated specifically for COVID-19, so the risks are then just attributed unnecessarily. You're basically taking a placebo that has risks.
Okay, great. There were also, and we've already went over this, right? There was equal weighted risks. In fact, probably the side effects of, okay, so ivermectin does not have a side effect, okay? And if they do, it's very, very, very mild. That's why it has a Nobel Peace Prize for being the safest drug ever to be in existence. It's also very inexpensive, and they give it to pregnant women worldwide. When we look at an experimental emergency use,
definitely not the safest drug in existence. That's bullshit.
Okay, when we look at the experimental use authorization, which is not an FDA full approval for an experimental drug, you're good with that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're basically, if you're
for parasites, it was a good anti-parasitic.
We're
That doesn't mean everything else.
on both sides. So we're but my point is, my logical conclusion, if I'm going to experiment with my body on both sides, I'm going to choose the experiment that's going to have less detrimental harm to having a side effect. And that was my choice.
Ivermectin does not reduce your harms as relates to COVID-19, please.
I didn't have, what my point is, I didn't have side effects from it. I didn't have any harmful side effects as I've experienced with my friends and family.
No, you put yourself in the risk of it. That doesn't mean you didn't do a risky behavior.
Okay, so I chose that experiment. You chose another experiment, right? And
I chose something that had actual studies and evidence.
I just told you about the people who were taken out of the study when they had very, very, very
You have yet to give
significant
me the
side
source
effects.
for that. You have yet to give me the source
I
for that.
told
I
you
have to
a
look it up.
congressional
I have
hearing
to
video.
turn up. I have to go look
It's
it
a
up later. I have to
it's
go
a
look it. I have
congressional-
to go. Tell me the title of it. I have to go look it up later specifically because you didn't give me any information
should.
about that. I actually specifically in this
should.
conversation for things that I've looked up have given you the information that relates to that you can use to confirm this. I've shown you it. I've given you the sources.
I gave you the name,
You've
Matt.
given me.
I gave you the
given
name.
me
You want me
absolute
to give
bullshit.
you the name? Hold on. I'll get the name. I'll get the name for at least one of them. There's multiple.
The likelihood of this claim is very unlikely. I need a citation needed button, everyone. You know that that's easy button? I need a citation needed button. I appreciate the hanging lights. Thank you so much.
So please,
Citation
please
needed.
look up. Please look up the congressional hearing with Maddie, Maddie, and hold on, her last name, and then Garay. De Garay, I guess is how you say it. Maddie de Garay. She was a part of the Pfizer trial specifically when she had an onset of severe side effects from the vaccine. Literally within 24 to 48 hours, they dropped her from the study. They did not represent her case in the final study. That is, if not fraudulent, it is deceptive at the very least. Okay?
This is hilarious. I appreciate the hand heart. Thank you so much. The FDA released something in 2021 that said, please read the attached document, FDA comment on Maddie de Garay regarding her adverse reaction to the Pfizer COVID vaccine during the trial for 12 through 15-year-olds at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, where she was also treated, and our request to not approve the EUA for 5 through 11-year-olds based on our daughter's severe reaction to the COVID-19 during the trial. I also include supporting documents the actual vaccination. And they attributed this and they pulled it up and they also applied it. This was early on.
It was so please,
You can see
like
the
I said,
FDA's
Parker,
comment on her specifically.
Parker, what I'm trying to explain to you, and if you go legitimately, just don't go look at this one article. Go look at the congressional hearing. It has been proven that Maddie was taken out. She was dropped from the study. She was dropped when her onset of side effects appeared, and when they went back to Pfizer and they said, "Hey, my daughter's having some serious issues with the vaccine." Okay, they legitimately dropped her from the study. And there's another lady as well, and she has $430,000 worth of medical expenses annually now. And she was also dropped from a study from having.
No, they
from
submitted
Pfizer.
to VAERS. This is bullshit. So the VAERS.
Okay, wait. I'm not talking about VAERS. Listen to me, Parker. You're not listening, okay? You're so quick to want to disprove what I'm saying that you're actually not listening, and we're going to get really...
No, listen. This is within the document. After being dismissed and not responded to for weeks, he then told us that they do not report adverse reactions to VAERS during the trial. They report them to Pfizer, who then reports to the FDA.
I am not.
So they did send this. They did send this to Pfizer and the FDA.
No, I'm saying the study, the actual study. When they went into the study that Pfizer submitted, it was void of Maddie de Garay. Okay, she was dropped from the final numbers that they made the study look one way when it shouldn't have looked that way, is what I'm trying to say. And if you go to the congressional hearing, you would be able to see the full evaluation of that evidence. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and
I don't see anywhere where it claims specifically that they removed her. Because I'm reading this all. I don't see where it says they removed her.
The congressional.
I'm reading it right now. I'm reading the regulations hearing right now thing. The thing that she sent. No, listen. The thing that she sent specifically, like the note, you can literally read what the letter she sent.
I can't see it.
I know you can't see it, but you can read the letter she sent. Right, and I'm looking at that right now, and nowhere in this letter does it say that I've seen.
What date was that? Because there have been multiple congressional hearings. What date was that?
This is from 2021.
Okay, so I would say to go see the most recent, because all of the studies that they had evaluated.
Specifically, this is not a study. This is the information. You didn't listen to a single thing I said. This is the information that specifically came from the person who reported this in the first place. This is the very report they sent in.
Do you think she had access to the study at that
thank you.
time? When she wrote
No,
that?
Stephanie
Did she
DeGray
have
and Patrick DeGray, they are the ones who sent it.
I'm saying they didn't have access
Appreciate
to
the
the
elephant. Thank you so
Pfizer study. She's making a claim of what her daughter experienced, but when
No,
they compare
it's claiming
that,
she wasn't thoroughly researched. That's all. That
understand
she
because
wasn't
her
specifically.
daughter-
That's all
Okay,
it was.
so she-
It wasn't that she was removed
got-
from the Pfizer study.
Yes, she was, and that's
Where does
what
it say
came out in the
that?
congressional.
Where does it
In
say
the
that? I'm looking at it right
congressional-
now. Tell me where on the document I can find this.
I watched the video. I don't know where on the document because I watched the whole entire hearing. I don't know. I can't tell you what you're reading and what page number.
I'm
I
literally
saw it.
looking at it right now.
I watched the hearing about it is what I'm telling you. Okay. I can't tell you where from the video that I saw where that lines up with the page that you're looking at. I can't tell you that. But what I would say is there's her as well as one other person that I just recently tried to post about. There's two videos. They both got taken down immediately. I tried to repost, they got taken down immediately. So there's two people that we know of that had a similar situation occur to them, and they were not presented in the final study. And the study's not even final yet, but basically they literally don't have them even referenced in the study that was provided to the FDA.
Yeah, so you were probably taken down for misinformation because it doesn't seem like you even looked through this. I'm looking at this right now and I literally don't see anywhere where it indicates specifically.
That was in 2021. I'm telling you, there was a more recent congressional hearing because she got the vaccine.
This is literally from the FDA document.
Okay. Well, I'm letting you, if you can go to the FDA study, then please, and you can show me where.
I literally looked at it. I literally clicked on it. And I downloaded it for you, and I looked through it, and it literally doesn't say that they took her out.
You looked through the whole entire study from Pfizer. You've just looked through because I looked through.
I looked through the story that was given by the parents. Okay.
So guess what I did? I not only watched the congressional hearing on it, but I looked at the Pfizer documents with the study, and she was omitted. Her case and about what happened to her was not within the study. So if you want to say that there was a full study done, please go look at that study and then tell me if she,
yes.
Go look at the whole entire Pfizer study, okay? And they've even said that their study isn't even going to be done until I think it was 2057, some crazy thing like that. They probably shortened it now because they got a lot of pushback on it. But essentially, I saw with my own eyes because I did my due diligence, and I don't want to keep going down this rabbit hole. The point of the matter is I'm presenting some information to you. It is now upon you if you're interested in looking into it or not. I've done all of this. I've spent months doing this. Okay. This doesn't even have any point to talking about Trump, by the way. It's just why I decided myself that I do appreciate the fact that he has the right to try act, because I feel like it gives a free will option for people who are in critical need of some hope. Okay. So that's all. I'm gonna rest my case on that.
Okay. So
well as all.
Yeah. So again, right, we literally have huge studies indicating the effectiveness of these vaccinations, right? In the context of this, I literally saw no evidence to indicate that it is the case that this was removed from the clinical trials, like the original claim that you made. So obviously, right, I could understand, right, given that it would likely relate to misinformation as to why you were taken down from things. Do I think that you should have been taken down? No, I think there should have been arguments against these things. I think that would have been a more effective way to go against this. But you fell for a conspiracy.
In my video that I posted, it was a congressional hearing that had nothing to do with them being removed from the study. It was just the presenting of evidence that these people had issues with the vaccine in the trial, and then they were basically left to just deal with it on their own. There was no follow-ups. They had called and no follow-ups. That was what the video was about. So there was no misinformation. And in a congressional hearing, people have to take an oath.
I don't know about the video. I was just determining based upon what you've said. All right, if it's a particular video, there are plenty of my videos that get taken down for stuff that relates to that. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. That I think is unjustified too, in that it doesn't make sense. There's over moderation that exists on TikTok, right? No one's disputing that.
Agreed. So again, the Abraham Peace Accord, I'm just going to give you the rest of the bullet points. I just let me remember all the ones I've already said. The tax thing wasn't even on that list for me. The Abraham Peace Accords, the international relations,
the Abraham Peace Accords didn't even include Palestinians.
What? I'm sorry?
The Abraham Peace Accords didn't include Palestinians.
Yeah, because they said no. They did not want to participate. That's why. Okay. So,
Wait, can you show me that?
Yeah, they've always said no. You can go to 1967 when they said the three no's: no recognition for Israel, no peace in Israel.
Can you show me where they were asked?
Look at you. I'm going to give you my bullet points. If you can agree to disagree with me on why I'm voting for Trump. I came on your panel to tell you why you brought up Palestine again. I don't want to talk about Palestine. That is not what I cared that he actually put together an Abraham Peace Accord. And during that time,
$5 on Venmo.
And during that time, there was a ceasefire, and there was actually relatively decent relations, okay, going on in the Middle East by different participating countries. All right. So you brought up Palestine. I'm not here to talk about Palestine. I liked the Abraham Peace Accord agreement that he brokered. I like his low inflation rate. I like the fact that we were actually doing very well financially as a country. I like the low gas prices. Okay. I also like that interest rates remained low, although maybe he doesn't have the magic wand to make that happen. There was definitely some coordinated efforts and responsibility from the administration to have some sort of an engagement with the feds. Okay. What else? I also like the fact that he funded the Veteran Choice Healthcare Program. That was not a very effective program. There was some complaints from veterans. Then he provided $55 billion for that program to be reassessed and redone in a way that vets could actually get better health care. And you know what? None of the media would talk about that. None of the media would talk about that. And I think that is extremely, extremely dishonest. So what else? I think I've given you quite a bit, as a matter of fact. I do like his Agenda 47. He wants to get homeless vets off the streets. I think that would be great if we can build homes or have homes for illegal immigrants. I would love to see the same for homeless veterans who sacrifice their life or their well-being for our country. I'm in total support of that. What else? Let's see. Let's see. Gosh, there's a lot. There's a lot that I actually appreciated about him. Again, the border policy, the DNA testing, the executive orders to further criminalize child exploitation. And I guess this would be my final question, and I'm going to jump off after this because we've been on here for a long time together. My final question is, he has had 91 indictments against him. However, not one person from Epstein Island's list has been indicted. I think that's pretty alarming.
I don't know what your point is with that. I don't know if they can indict them just for being there, but I mean, he was quite literally on the flight logs with Epstein. So should he be indicted for that?
He went from, I can tell you exactly about that. He never went to the island. The flight logs specifically.
Never said that.
Yeah, well, I know, but you use flight logs, so I just want to make sure your audience is aware. He never actually went down to the island. He went to New Jersey from Florida. He also went from New York to New Jersey, and he also banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago once he found out what Epstein was a part of, and when he hit on a younger person at the club, he was banned from Mar-a-Lago. So, what my point is, there's 91 indictments against.
He just had no clue before that. Yep, for real.
No.
Can I respond to some of the claims that you made, or do I have to wait another 5 minutes before I can make a claim?
Well, I mean, if you want to respond, I'm just giving you my reasons why I like Trump.
Yeah, I know. And you're saying things that we already went over in this conversation, and it tells me you gain nothing from this conversation. You said the low inflation rate, you said the low gas prices, and you brought up interest rates when we've already gone over that the executive branch specifically would have had very little impact or no impact on this. Okay. So I don't see any reason specifically to attribute inflation, gas prices, or interest rates to Biden, and you continuously do so. Even though interest rates are related to the Fed, gas prices went up globally, and inflation went up globally, right? So unless Biden specifically caused global inflation as it relates to gas and as it relates to other commodities, right, and increases interest rates somehow, right, I'm not going to attribute any of these particular things to him. What the hell are you talking about?
I mentioned the Keystone Pipeline, and that's part of the reason why we have had higher gas prices. Okay, and you didn't like that answer.
I already responded to this. Dude, like, what did I say?
You just brought it up.
Turn up. What did I say in response to the Keystone Pipeline already?
You said that you think it has minimal impact on gas prices, and that because we don't even get
oil. It wouldn't have had any impact because it wasn't even in operation yet, and it was already taken down by courts. Okay.
No, you said that Biden
the permits were already taken down by courts, and it was literally just expedited by Biden.
Right, but Biden expedited it. Is my point. He expedited it. He didn't have to expedite it, but he did. Right, which made an impact to the reserves, the overall reserves. So, anyways,
no, that doesn't relate to reserves. No,
I just think that it's really weird. I just think it's really weird. Again, everybody loved Trump up until 2015, until he was going to run for president, right? Everybody
Everyone did not
him.
love him. Everyone, no.
Okay, well, a lot of people did. He got no credit when he was in office. The media completely badgered and belittled him at every turn. He got a very fair shake at his presidency, and he actually did a very good job while he was in office. Once I actually evaluated it for myself instead of the media parody thing. I just told you. I gave you all of it. I literally told you. I mean, if you don't want to agree with them, that's okay. I liked what he did when he was...
What you brought up
the border, the DNA testing.
The DNA testing. Okay, so sure, that's fine.
Stay in Mexico,
is there anything
I thought
else?
Was great. I thought the stay in Mexico policy was a great policy. I thought the DNA testing was a great policy.
Why is the stay in Mexico a good policy?
Because they can wait on the other side of the border before they come into the
legal asylum process says that they can come in.
They're not all asylums, and you want to know the numbers about asylum? Do you want to know the numbers on asylum?
Tell me, please.
98% of asylum seekers actually don't even qualify for true asylum. They can apply, but they don't actually qualify, so they get turned back. And now our backlog in our infrastructure. Our infrastructure, you can go onto the immigration studies and you can look at it yourself. And you can
just
also
look it up, dude. It's like unbelievable.
Well, I'm giving you the source. You asked for the source, and I'm giving you the source. I'm telling you where to go to look it up. I also thought it's putting a humongous strain on our administration costs and the time that people can actually get their documentation processed, which is a very big problem. It's a very big problem. And not to mention, there's actually a lot of nefarious activity that is coming over the border, including, like I said, child trafficking, child exploitation, women being raped at the border or before the border. It's pretty horrible. It's pretty horrible, to say the least. And then also, I'm not sure if you are aware or not. Did you hear about the police officers that basically got beat almost, to a pulp from Venezuelans? Did you hear about that on the news?
Yeah, undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens. So this claim specifically that it's going to relate to undocumented immigrants as a group or a population is simply unsubstantiated.
No, actually, it's not, because Venezuela literally opened up their jail cells and said, "Go up. You can go to the U.S." and that's what happened. So you actually have a higher element of crime coming over our border. We also have.
Give me a source for that, because I can show you PNAS.org right now that specifically completely disagrees with you.
I'm going to tell you.
You can look up specifically comparing crime rates between undocumented immigrants, legal immigrants, and native-born U.S. citizens in Texas. Is from PNAS.org that indicates that undocumented immigrants are 2 times the U.S.-born citizens are 2 times more likely to be arrested for violent crimes, 2.5 times more likely for drug crimes, 4 times more likely for property crimes.
Okay, well, regardless of the number that you want to use for your own justification of what's happening at the border, you also need to realize this. So the reason why those Venezuelans got released from jail and started flipping off everybody, the media, didn't give a crap what they had just participated in. There's a lot more cases than that. There was there's 2 illegals who actually.
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, I didn't.
There was 2 more illegals who raped a woman by knife point.
You have to say all word or essay.
Excuse me, I'm not done. So
I said you have to use all word or essay. It's TikTok TOS.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you so you don't get banned.
Okay. So there's been multiple events that have taken place, right, by a criminal element that's coming over our border. And I don't know if you know this or not. I actually had to look it up because I was like, wait, why are they getting released? All of these people have been released, by the way, back on the streets. Okay, not by bail, not by anything. Do you know why? If you actually know because I had to look it up, like I said, it's because the local jurisdiction, this falls outside of local jurisdiction in regards with illegal immigrants specifically, okay? So what they actually have to do is they have to call ICE, and then ICE has 48 to 72 hours to come and pick them up. Now, ICE is pretty much dismantled, so ICE is not coming to pick these people up and bring them back to the border. You can be mad about this, but this is legitimate.
I'd like to see any source that relates to this.
This is how the jurisdiction.
You're not giving any sources. You're just giving all claims.
The jurisdiction works, okay? And so they get released back to the streets, and these people are being told that you have to jump on a bus, go on your own volition back down to the border. Now, if they're here for nefarious reasons, which obviously these particular people are, they're not going to do that. That's why they flipped off the media when they got out of jail, because they know they can just do whatever they want now, and the same thing is going to happen over and over and over again. So regardless of what the percentage is, there is an element coming in. And now that we have that, like 8 million undocumented, 8 million. That is a huge percentage of potential.
By the way, the average rate of asylum denying is like 50%.
No, it's way more than that.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It went up to near 90% under Trump's administration, but it's like ridiculously
Do you know what the
way lower.
asylum laws are? Do you know what qualifies?
Trump just out of nowhere went really high on how much he denied asylum. Boop, right, I appreciate the corgi. Thank you so much. Do you see?
You know what the asylum laws are for what?
Hey, can you just answer my questions first? Like I don't want to hear the extra bullshit related to what you have to say.
Under Biden, it's gone down.
It went to similar rates as what it was prior to Trump's administration.
I can't even see the numbers on the screen.
So in before 2016, it was the same rates as what it is in 2021. Okay, but Trump increased the denial rate, right? Or not Trump, but like under Trump's administration, the denial rate increased. So like the percent denied increased from around 50% to in 2018 like 65%, and 2019 at the highest was at 85%.
Okay, so a large percentage get rejected.
So nowhere was it 92%, by the way.
Yeah,
and that was only in Trump's administration.
I don't know what source you're on. I've looked at different sources.
I'm at on.
And actually from the board,
Jennifer, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Can I tell you the source? I'm done. I'm actually done. Like, stop talking. Okay, I'm done. Stop. I'm going to give you the source, right? Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Look up transactional records, access cleaning. Right, it's from trac.syr.edu. You can look up asylum grants climb under Biden.
Okay, great. So regardless, you can choose to use whatever source that you want to use. Okay, like I said immigration studies. I think it's kind of weird that you didn't go there for this information, but whatever, that's up to you. So the matter of the fact is that there is a criminal element coming over, okay, and they are not
less likely.
They're not being held accountable for their nefarious.
Oh my god, dude! Holy fuck! You have no fucking clue what's going on, right? If you could possibly look at rates for one time in your life, maybe you'd actually be able to come to a legitimate, rational conclusion about how to treat people, right? Because clearly, right now, you're just looking at one circumstance and be like, oh, because of this one circumstance, they're not being held accountable. Quite literally, look at this. They are less likely to commit violent crime. They're less likely to commit property crime. They're less likely to commit drug crime. Significantly less likely. I'm talking multiple times less likely. Two times for. I can literally pull it up.
Wait. Hold on.
2 times more likely to be arrested for violent crimes the U.S. born citizens are. 2.5 times more likely to be arrested for drug crimes. 4 times more likely to be arrested for property crimes. That's U.S. born citizens. Okay, comparative to undocumented migrants.
Okay. So let's follow that logic. Okay, Parker. So out of 8 million people, what would be the percentage then of people who would be here to commit a crime or would commit a crime here out of 8 million?
2 times lower. 2 times lower for violent crime, 2.5 times lower for drug crime, and 4 times lower for property crime than natural-born U.S. citizens' rates.
Okay, great. But there is a percentage that will, just like in the U.S., there is a percentage of the population that will commit a crime, right?
Yeah, there is. And again, as percentage of the population, it's way lower for undocumented immigrants.
Right, but that doesn't matter because guess what?
So
The jurisdiction.
you claiming they're bringing crime to the country. Well, why don't you claim your fucking neighbor brings crime because he's more likely to commit crime?
I'm saying the jurisdiction laws is the problem. That's why you have these people being released with no bail, flipping off the camera, because they can go back out on the street and they don't have to go to court for their crime because it falls under ICE jurisdiction. That is what I said. I never said that there's what percentage it was. I'm saying there is an element. I've never said a percentage. I said there is an element that are coming over for nefarious reasons. And because the jurisdiction laws are what they are, it presents a greater problem.
Okay, but it's not amongst all undocumented immigrants. There are just some undocumented immigrants in which this happens with. But then it happens at a lower rate than natural born U.S. citizens. Well, what you're trying to do is you're trying to posit a problem to a greater degree with undocumented immigrants comparative to natural born U.S. citizens, and that's why you're saying this is a bigger issue than anything else that's relating to this. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Courtney.
That's not what I said.
Please let me finish my statement before you cut me off.
You're trying to speak for me, and that's not what I said.
I'm going to have to mute you every single time I speak. Actually, you cut me off one more time in this conversation, and I'm going to the next person. I have dealt with enough bullshit from you. One more time you cut me off, and I'm going on to the next person. Absolutely insufferable. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Christina. Mr. Adams, thank you for the subscription. You may go.
Okay, so I'm not going to be gaslit, by the way, by you. So I didn't say it that way. I said there is an element. I never gave a percentage, as I said. There's an element that is coming here for nefarious reasons. And the problem, I'm going to have to restate it because apparently you're trying to misconstrue my words. I said the problem is the jurisdiction laws. Okay, the more that come in, the more potential there is for these jurisdiction laws to be taken advantage of. That is my greatest concern. Not to mention, like I said before, the element of the crime that is happening for people coming here by getting robbed or women being raped, and the child exploitation that is also taking place by coyotes to come into our country. Okay, and the child trafficking that is taking place between the border and here. So those are all of my big concerns, and I don't understand why your side of the aisle doesn't get it and isn't concerned for those same reasons, because for me that is a greater concern. Okay, those children don't deserve that. Those women don't deserve that.
Thank you for the subscription, Amy. Thank you for the subscription.
People are being hurt by illegals that seem to get off scot-free because, again, they have to go down to the border on their own volition. They don't deserve it. That's my problem. And why can't you just agree that that is a problem?
Because you're not positing that it's a problem for other scenarios in which relate to natural born U.S. citizens, again, who are more likely to commit these crimes multiple times more likely. And that's why when we specifically, I told you what was going to happen. All right, we're going to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Keep tapping that screen and try to get to 2 million likes before we do end the live. Again, Jennifer, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. And I think this is from Nixie. I was just going to bring something up related to that, but she cut me off again. So we're just going to go to the next individual. I was thinking of adding like a pay to kick option, Chad. Yo, Courtney, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. A lot of people were asking me for that, but like I also don't want to do that because I don't want it to get overused. I appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much. Yo, Ruby69, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Jessica, thank you again for the little crown. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
How old are you? Or sorry, what's your birth year, I mean?
2005.
Fellow TikToker, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I will.
Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it, Melissa. Thank you so much. Make it like 200. It'll probably like 250. So why so?
It's more of I support the Republican Party. Not so much I support Trump, but it's an obvious thing that Trump's probably going to be on the ballot for Republicans. I just like how it's hard to really word. I like when the Republicans are more in control than the Democrats. I just have more of a belief system on Republicans. Stronger border, better with taxes. I mean, I own a company, so I've just been raised around Republicans, so it's my belief system.
Yeah. So you said better taxes. We're currently still under Trump tax policy. Tiffany, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
But like,
I
taxes
appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Because the tax rate has went up since Biden has been in office.
Yeah, but that's still under Trump tax policy.
Again, it's went up since Trump has been out of office, meaning the president now still has control of it.
No, it doesn't. No, this is under Trump tax policy. Willie, hello?
Hold on, I'm switching through audios. Hold on.
Sure.
In and out of a bad connection.
Okay, well, Willie, I am going to look for someone else.
I'm sorry.
It seems like you're lagging. Are you there, man?
My connection's bad.
Okay.
My connection's in and out bad.
All right, for sure. Willie, I do appreciate you coming up, though. You can get gifts on here now, Parker? I can get gifts now. I am glad that I can. I'm glad that I can. But always Venmo and Cash App. I probably will add the pay to kick thing. Beauty Love, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I've just been very, I don't want to do that because, I feel like it could be overused, but, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking me to do that. Stephen Wood, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Jay, that was just from the 2nd through the 9th. All right, let's get the next person up. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Don't do it. I appreciate the superpower. Thank you so much. I could do it within only after 15 minutes. Yo, Minky, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also thank you for the superpower. Thank you so much as well. And for the hand art. Thank you so much. MK, again, thank you for the superpower. We'll give guests at least 15 minutes. I mean, I'm down to not do it as well. That's why I've been staying away from doing it, but a lot of people have asked for it. So honestly, I think I just might leave it up to subs. Honestly, since we're in the sub chat right now, I could do a poll in the sub chat right now. For yes, pay to kick, and for no, not pay to kick. Thank you for the hand heart. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to try to get the next person up here, but I'll do a poll. The smiley face, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. Will be for pay to kick, and then the crying face will be no pay to kick, everyone. So smiley face is pay to kick. Crying face is no pay to kick. Okay, everyone? Okay. By the way, can people who are not subs do that? It might be the case that I don't know if it's just up to subs. Hopefully it is just subs. Okay, it's not adding people. I do apologize, everyone. It is taking a second. I think most people are saying pay to kick, but there is enough of a split where I'm like, I don't know. You have a lot of subs. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, 300 are saying that. That is enough of a difference. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2005.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah.
For sure. Why so?
I mean, initially I wasn't, but after he released the shoe line, I think that convinced me. I mean, you saw the new shoes, right? His shoes
What convinced you?
Beyond phenomenal. The shoe line, the new shoes, the Trump shoes, the gold shoes.
I'm asking for an actual reason to vote for him, not like a meme, dude.
I mean, bro, come on. The shoes are nice. And I'm part of the shoe reselling community, so.
Yo, Dean's not getting banned talking about social advocacy today, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on, chat. Okay, it's not accepting this individual. We're going to try the next, everyone. All right, give it a second, y'all. Get stats over a week period because subs aren't here to vote. I get that. Emily, I don't have time to battle today. I got class. We're trying to get to the next person ever. I do apologize. Sometimes it takes a second to get people up here, y'all. I have class here in about an hour. Nice sweater. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, now it's really not accepting people ever. And I really apologize. I don't know why it's not accepting people since I started turning on sub-only chat. It's kind of unfortunate. What do you study, Parker? Economics. All right, it's not accepting this individual. Come back when you have no class. I might battle later. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I don't know if I'll have time. What class today, Parker? I have public econ after this. So I'll have like a programming thing to do. Which I don't like programming, to be honest. Shannon, thank you for the $1. Biden tax proposal to correct Trump inequities. Is there a thing for that? Yo, Kyla, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, it's really not accepting people, everyone. I'm really trying. I apologize, everyone. Programming economics like models? Yeah, similarly. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 46. Hi, Parker.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I'm going to say yes to that.
So are you going to?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait, to be honest.
Why so?
Why? Okay. First of all, I know you're very nice and you take it easy on people who speak fluent English and you be patient with them always. I've watched you for almost 2 years now. So, okay, why? I lived under the umbrella of Trump for 4 years. And I'm going to do the same almost under the President Biden. I'm thinking, okay, so I had really much better life actually during Trump than what we have right now with Biden. It's difficult to just sit here and say one is better than the other, but actually because I'm just an individual, American individual who lived this time during both of them almost for the same time. He did much better. I'm Arab. I'm from Middle East. He solved a lot of problems. I don't do religions now, but I wanted my own people to live good.
What problems did he
fighting.
solve specifically?
Okay, thank you. He got rid of the two killers, the main killers. That's the reason for the divisions between Muslims.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but yo, Justin, thank you for the $100. Oh, they just requested a refund. Justin, did you want that back? I'll accept the refund request. Did you mean to do that, Justin? Here, I'll message him. Actually, I can't. Justin, are you in the guest box? Was that an accident? Or not in the guest box in the chat? He sent 100 and immediately requested it back. So I don't know. I don't know if he meant to do that or didn't mean to do that. But yeah, you can go. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay, Parker. So you at one point you were in love with the man. I mean, you're smart. You can't just be tricked that easy. You know that he did some really good things for the world. I mean, we lived 4 years with him. Financially, everybody. I want to say.
I refunded him, Chad. Don't worry. So wait, I have a question. If he's so popular, why doesn't he have high approval ratings in other countries?
I mean, all my Arab people.
His highest approval rating is in Israel, and that's really it.
Okay, so if you want to say what's going on right now in Gaza between Israelis and the Arabs and the Muslims, I think, and I wish if you can mark my words, when he gets in the office, I have feelings that he is going to win. And when he gets in the office, he is the only one that he's going to be able to fix the problem right now between the Arabs, the two cousins, I call them. They can't get along, and I think Trump will fix it, honestly. I feel like he's going to. Okay, the Palestinians suffered for a long time. I think Trump, he's going to get that right help for these people to start their lives and go on happy and then just forget about the conflicts. And the Israeli will build their countries too. They deserve it. They're successful. So, and the problem will be solved. He's the one going to, I mean, I feel like he's going to step into the White House again and solve the Ukrainian war and Russia. It will stop. I promise.
How is he going to solve
and
this?
I know you want.
How is he going to solve those? And by the way, how do you feel about the Muslim ban?
About the Muslim bans. Okay, good questions. He did not ban the Muslims. During what everybody was talking about, like, oh, no Muslims banned Muslims. I swear to God, and I have my friends. He will say yes. His mother came to see him at the time that everybody was saying, oh, Trump stopping Muslims people from coming to this country. No, he did not. He said, I'm having a problem, so I'm going to close my door right now.
Calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Yes, Parker. Yes, I heard it. Yeah, I promise. But at the same time, I'm telling you, when he said that, my friend's mother came. She's Muslims wearing al-hijab too. She came to the U.S. I promise you. And I can bring my friends and he would tell, yeah, it happens. Even he was like making it a big deal. I love him, but he was making it a big deal. Oh, yeah, I know. But she came into the country. She visited him and stayed here for 3 months. So he said, I'm having problems right now. I'm going to close my borders and the door. I'm going to secure my family inside because America comes first. I am not like by choice American. Yes, I'm citizen and I'm proud of it. I can't be any prouder of being American. But he wants to close the door, fix the inside, and then after that, I'm going to bring the right people. I don't want you guys just to the Arab countries to go ahead and send me, just pick up a piece of paper, which name is, I draw out this name, okay? Oh, you're lucky, you got to go to the United States. He comes here and get the culture shock, and he wants to blow himself up now. He doesn't want these kind of people. He will welcome engineers, doctors, people like Barker too, open-minded about everything. So
hey, man,
that's why I'm going to vote for him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're just saying that he's going to do all these things, and I think this is all just conjecture. I think that you require evidence to indicate like that he's going to engage in these particular things. And if you just engage in conjecture, well, I can just say he'll do the otherwise.
That's yeah, I understand too. There's a lot of people see it that way too. But action speaks louder than words. During his time, we didn't lose not maybe one soldier. God bless him in heaven. One.
I mean, we definitely did. I mean, I can definitely show you that. That doesn't make any sense. Secondly, there was conflict that increased in the time period, right? He assassinated a top military general in Iran, right? He also, specifically as it relates to the context of the Middle East, he engaged in 450% more military drone strikes, right? And he deleted our ability to be able to know how many innocent, or estimate how many innocent civilians are dying.
Okay, I don't agree that's the person, like, for example, the General Soleimani. I don't agree that's an innocent person. I believe he's a killer.
Oh, I never said that was an innocent person. I just said that increases conflict in the region.
Absolutely.
Between the U.S. and them.
Yes, Parker, but at the same time, he's the only man that saw it. The only way to remove the divisions between Muslims is to get rid of the two leaders, or just they're going to stay there and the conflicts will be there. So he knew the first steps is to take these two leaders out. And he did great shots. It was two birds.
Okay, so whenever Trump engages in conflict globally, it's good. Whenever Biden responds to things globally, then it's not.
No, I didn't say that. No, I respect President Biden. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I don't think he's just doing a good job that Trump can do a much better and just left us up. I mean,
what thing do you have evidence for that would indicate that Trump would do better than Biden?
Like would do again better, or like he did before?
Yeah, like better? What would you be able to demonstrate that Trump would do better?
I think because it can't get any worse right now, the way we are. I mean, we've never been like this. I've been here 20 years. I don't know before, but 20 years, Parker. This is the worst. I mean, it's not, I'm not saying it's his fault, but you got to deal with the situations different. I believe Trump, he can talk to Putin in a different way that everything will be calm at that time. Even he tried and he told him, not in my time, remember? Not
Yo,
in my
XO
time.
Tour Life, thank you for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Minky. I appreciate it.
He tried to get into it with Ukrainians when Trump was there. He said, not in my time. No, sorry.
So how do you feel about Trump saying specifically that he'll let Russia do whatever he wants to whoever is in NATO that's not paying their fair share?
So I feel that's one of the things that why Trump would have been better than President Biden right now dealing with the NATO, because he has a message to the NATO. Yeah, I'm one of you and I'll do everything, but I'm at the same time, I'm a good friends with Putin. And let's keep it that way. And everything's get settled the quiet way. That's a benefit.
Did you answer what your response was to the Muslim ban?
Yes, I did. I'm Muslims. I live here, and a lot of Muslims came during his times too, Barker. I promise you. I'm people I've seen. They were like, "Oh, he's not gonna let the Mexicans and comes in." I work in.
But again, this is what he advocated for. So are you okay with him advocating for that?
Maybe if he, like I said, action speaks louder than words. Then if he's gonna say that for his own reason, but he's not, he's doing the opposite. Whereas he's like not just about media.
Wait,
I'm real.
him saying things is an action.
I agree, because even thoughts that can turn to actions. I agree with you, but this man, he doesn't have filters. I don't agree with everything he said. No, I promise. No, God.
How do you
no.
feel about the fact that he's been held liable for essay, for defamation, right? He's been held liable for business fraud.
Man,
Right?
the
He's been
man
lying
is
about the election for the past few years. How can you support this man?
Parker. The man, he wasn't president. He was rich. He's always rich. He's kind of like handsome for his age too. So when he was younger, he was kind of. No, I'm serious. God, you're laughing at this, but he's decent looking. But yeah, but I'm scared now. No. He's good looking. To be honest, rich man. He was single. And even the girl that she's trying to, everybody was like, sue him. But like, hey, he didn't rape me. Come on now. So even
Our
the
word or
girl,
essay, by the way, and also a jury indicated that he sexually abused E. Jean Carroll.
I like honestly. It's if you're gonna. This is not honestly. I'm a person that. What? Okay. Okay. What's his name? I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. Our great president that he had some fun at the White House and he got caught and.
I mean,
why-
Bill Clinton.
Yes.
How is that comparable to sexual abuse here? And also, I mean, I never said I supported Bill Clinton even.
Okay, but he said something about like, oh, we'll grab the female from her and vagina or whatever.
That was
Everybody
Trump.
was like, yeah. Everybody, I know. Everybody was like, I don't want to look at this man. Or he would like, he doesn't have filters, and he's talking about like maybe his thinking is in mind. It's like, oh, but that's the way I deal with certain girls sometimes and stuff. He's not supposed to.
Yeah,
say
and
that.
that's
why I
and
said I
again,
don't
right? So
agree.
why are you just like ignoring what he said? That's bad.
Because he's not perfect. I'm not dealing with a god or a prophet.
Yeah,
Somebody
I mean, he doesn't have to be perfect to say like that he shouldn't have engaged in essay.
It was like he sold it. He was single, had like the girl got paid or whatever. It wasn't raped.
What?
And
He was forced to pay by the courts. He also
I mean,
defamed
if-
her. He said he
if-
never knew her, but there was pictures of them together.
Oh yeah, he tried to get out of it in the beginning, but he saw that okay, it's all I can't get out of this one, so I didn't do anything bad or wrong. But because he's a president now, everybody's like they're digging things on Trump that honestly I don't feel why. I mean,
Trump
the
is still
man,
defaming her, and you're quite literally still buying into the propaganda.
I live here, Parker. If I was still living in Middle East, I would tell you, yes, I'm here in the Fox News or the other, but I don't. I'm living here. I'm not good at politics. I'm not good at anything. I'm just an individual who lives in the United States, lived 4 years during Trump, and I'm living 4 years now during Biden. I think I'm going to vote for Trump. I mean, it's common sense. No, honestly.
It's not,
it
though,
was
right?
safer.
Like, again,
It was-
like he's been denying the election for the past few years. Do you believe the 2020 election was stolen?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you believe he's been lying about the election, so we can't accept the results of a fair and democratic election. Why would you want to vote for him?
It's like I
Yo,
think he's
Darius,
still,
thank you for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Darius. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I don't think the election was stolen. No, but I think he thinks that he wasn't treated fair and stuff. That's his right. And when the problem started like to get like
Oh,
worse
Darius
and
sent
bad,
$20. Thank you so much for the $40, Darius. Thank you.
On the TV.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Say what you said again.
No, that's fine. That's fine, Parker. But I'm sorry, I forgot.
I apologize. So again,
No,
as it
no,
relates to
you're
this,
good,
why
you're
do you
good.
want to follow or support someone that is not going to accept the fair and democratic election And then also, like, he literally incited people to go to the Capitol on the context of January 6th, when it was the case that they were trying to engage in peaceful transition of power.
Yeah, he realized that he wasn't being smart about the way he dealt with the situation. That's why he came out on the TV, national TV, and be like, hey, I mean, he calmed everybody down. The speech was perfect. Everything went smooth after that. And that's what we want. Just peace. And that he realized that he didn't do the right things. He came on TV and did the right things, corrected. I promise. Or maybe I got different channels.
3 hours. He waited 3 hours. That was super late, right? Him waiting that long got someone killed, right? First of all. Second of all, it also, right, was very clearly something that he could have done quicker. What was he doing in that 3 hour time period? Incognito, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it, Incognito. Thank you.
Good questions. If it was happened faster and some lives were saved, I'm agree totally with you. I am with you. So he waited 3 hours. Yes, that's bad. He should have done it the first hour.
I mean, if Biden did this, like, Republicans would be having like a hissy fit over this.
I mean, they're both going to have a hissiness over anything. So you know that, Parker. You're not going to, there's no way that you're going to get them both to just agree about one thing and make it smooth unless you start giving them financially support them. Where during Trump, everybody was kind of like rich a little bit. And people were like, hey, I'm getting money financially. I'm good. So whatever, who's in the White House right now? You know what I mean? If that's what I'm going to bring peace, let's get it. Let's work on it. But yeah, I'll vote for
I'm
it.
confused what your overall point is there. Yeah, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to go over or talk about specifically?
No, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you coming up. Let's go to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Let's get to the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 1.5 million likes before we do end the live, everyone. We're going to try our hardest to do so, everyone. We've just got a little bit left on the live, everyone. I do appreciate everyone who's been gifting today. Y'all have been going absolutely wild today. Like, I really could not thank y'all enough. Like, it's actually wild. Dog update, she's doing great. She's gonna be okay. Like, it was nothing. It was pretty close to like just, it was so unlikely. Like a miracle, coincidental, like miracle. Like, I'm not trolling. Like, it was so unlikely for that to happen. And yo, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But she's going to be fine. Yeah, I was so sad, chat. I was so sad before. I'm going to try to accept people. If I cannot, I probably will go and end the live for today. But we're going to try to get someone up here. That was incredible news, chat. Incredible news. Like, I honestly felt like I won the lottery, chat. That was crazy. Because I really love that dog so much. Yo, Shar, thank you for the subscribe, the hanging lights. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, Wisham.
How old are you?
Old enough.
Yeah, will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah, damn right.
Why so?
Why not? From the Western world. If Trump's no 2024, we're fucked. Because you get this George Soros, you get Klaus Schwab, like
George Soros, Klaus Schwab. Like, what about them?
You need to understand, like, Donald Trump is the only one, the only person that can stop. He's the only person that is going to stand up for all, like, the Western world, basically. If you don't understand,
how is Biden not standing up for the Western world?
You know. Basically, if you know, you know. Like, how
is Biden not standing up for the Western world?
Biden's dead.
No, he's not.
Biden got buried in 2021.
No, he didn't.
You know,
that's a complete lie.
Donald Trump's a wartime president.
Are you trolling?
Donald Trump's a wartime president.
Did you actually say that Joe Biden's dead?
Yeah, if you look into it. You have to look into it.
Can you give me any evidence of that?
There's plenty of evidence. You just have to look into it.
And what's the evidence that Joe Biden is dead?
Really? You just have to look in. You just have to look in it. But as I said,
Do you have any evidence that Joe Biden is
I've
dead?
got evidence. I've got evidence, but nothing that I can send now. You know.
So I have evidence, but nothing I can send right now. Why can't you send it right now?
Well, it's on my Telegram, aye.
Would
it's on my
would you like to send it later? You can DM it to me.
Well, aye. No problem. But Trump's only one that's not came through a war. He's only president that's not had a war. Every other motherfucker has had a war under them. Under president. Listen, I've got a lot to say. I just really can't get it out.
Do you live in the US?
Do I live in the US? No, but I live in the West. And I fought for the West.
Let's go to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. He's gonna vote for Trump, but he's not even a US citizen. That's wild. And he doesn't even live in the US. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Geriatric.
Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah.
Why so?
There's 3 reasons.
Jan, thank you for the subscription.
Trump is funny as fuck. He makes me laugh all the time. Biden has just got so much dementia, he's an embarrassment.
What are the qualifications necessary to identify Biden as dementia?
He can't stand trial. They've already admitted to that.
No, that doesn't relate to him having
because-
dementia. That's specifically the same thing as it relates to Mike Pence. Mike Pence also didn't get charged because he didn't have a willful intent to retain. And are you a U.S. citizen?
Me? I live in America, yeah.
Okay, for sure.
And my third one is Biden is now trying to bring back slavery, which I'm dead against.
How so?
They
Travis,
put out,
thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much. How is Biden bringing back slavery? Tell me.
he put out a plea this week saying that any US citizens that want to take illegal immigrants into their home, they can make the immigrants do all their cooking, cleaning, run the kids to school, look after the garden, do all the
Give me
mowing.
a source. Give me a source.
Oh, sorry, don't have it in front of me, but I'll find it and I'll send it to you.
Please show me.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Chat, what should we end it today? Like, it's just like, I feel like I'm just getting like the most wild claims right now. You know what I mean? Like, just the most wild claims. What is going on? We're gonna try 1 or 2 more people, everyone. Okay, all right. Let's try to get to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next person up here, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 40.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
But of course.
Why so?
Because they lying on that man.
Is there a way you can move closer to your mic? And how are they lying on Trump? Corey, thank you for the subscription. Thank you.
They're doing a lot of lying on it. You mean to tell me they can run off and prosecute Trump for classified documents and can't prosecute Biden because they say he's too old and his brain is and his memory is too bad?
No, the difference is willful intent to retain. Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. Mike Pence isn't getting charged because he didn't demonstrate a willful intent to retain, even though he had classified documents.
We ain't talking about Pence. We ain't talking about Pence.
Yeah, but I was just demonstrating to you that
he's the senator. He didn't have no legal right to have them. Period. The only way Joe Biden could have got those if he stole them out of a skiff, because by law he did not supposed to have them. Right?
Okay, so as it relates to this, clearly, right, under both of these scenarios, right, they were not president of the United States and they had classified documents. Just the reason why they're not being charged specifically was because they did not have a willful intent to retain. Trump demonstrated a willful intent to retain, and that's why he's being charged.
But he was the president. You
Okay,
must ain't never heard
that
about
doesn't
the
mean
sock
so.
case.
Presidential immunity is only applicable for when you are president of the United States.
Okay, that's cool. But was Bill Clinton president when he got caught with all them tapes?
I would have to
No, he wasn't.
check.
They said he
I'm not
wasn't.
sure.
They said that he got the right to make whatever he want. And they made him give the damn tapes back, and they was highly classified. Made him give the tapes back to Bill Clinton. Yeah. That's
Okay,
what they
so
done.
how, does that relate to presidential immunity or something? I don't know what your point is from that.
No, this is what they said. Under the Presidential Records Act, they said that the president got up to 5 years to make whatever he want to be presidential and whatever he want to be to give over to the archives. He can make it presidential or he can make it personal. That's what Bill Clinton did. That's why they gave him.
Can you give me a
tapes
source
back.
on that?
You know, what do you mean? Just look it up. Look at this. Pull up the sock case, and it's so crazy, bro. When you pull up the sock case, you try
Yeah,
to pull
what
up the
what
sock
can I
case
pull up
about,
that will demonstrate that to me?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what they finna do. When you Google it, right? When you pull up the sock case, they gonna be too busy trying to talk about Trump. You can Google Bill Clinton sock case. They're gonna be too busy talking about Trump. Why? I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about this sock case. It is wild.
What's the title?
Just pull up the sock case, Bill Clinton sock case. That's all you gotta do. It's a sock case. It's a famous case, and it was an Obama judge that gave the verdict. She was like, he can make whatever he want, presidential or personal. He got up to 5 years to do that. That's why it blowed me when they did that to Trump. I'm like, damn, why they doing that, man, like that? And then when did it become illegal to get a loan from the bank? When you get a loan from the bank, a third party that worked for that bank, look at it's like if I try to pull up this. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me turn my camera on. Let me hit my camera for you. Oh man, my camera don't. Oh Lord, bump it. It's just like if I got this sugar in my hand, right? I'm making me some coffee. I'm gonna try to take this little thing.
So there's a fact focus from AP News here that says Trump twists Presidential Records Act Clinton sock drawer case to mount defense. Right, and
That's
it's
the same
specifically
thing.
hold up. It's specific. Hold on.
Regardless of what they say, use your common sense, please. Park.
No, I am using it, but like I'm just relating to the information that exists here. Right. Yeah. So it says under the Presidential Records Act, which is civil, not criminal. This is what Trump claims. I had every right to have these documents. Trump claimed in a speech Tuesday night, hours after he pleaded not guilty to dozens of felony counts, accusing him of hoarding classified documents or refusing the government demands to give them back. The crucial legal precedent is that it is laid out in the most important case ever on the subject, known as the Clinton Socks case. But legal experts say Trump's description of the law, which isn't mentioned in these charges against him, is wrong and contrary to its very purpose. While the 2012 legal case involving Clinton isn't a sound comparison to Trump's current legal predicament.
Oh, yes, it is. And why they always say legal specialists? Okay, tell us who these legal specialists are. Who are these people? They always say this specialist, they specialist, but they will never tell us who these people are. Who are they?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what I wanna know.
That I think that is important information to bring up, but I can
Yeah, it's
also bring
very
up
important
something
because I
from.
know
I can also bring
women
up something
lie,
from
men lie.
Reuters indicating the exact same thing, and they have people here that could reference that.
Check this
So
out.
who is now?
Parker, just check this out. Just use your common sense right here. If I got something that's classified and they have to try to sue me to get it right, but when I go to court and the judge be like, oh, and this stuff is highly classified, and you got something highly classified, and they take you to court. First of all, it's civil. How the hell they gonna turn around and criminally charge you when it's supposed to be a civil case? But they criminally charge you, but they said try to sue me for them.
Wait, civil case. What's the civil case that you're referencing?
It's supposed to be it's civil. It's not criminal. The stuff that he had, just like Bill Clinton, with Bill Clinton, his stuff they tried to sue him for him. It was a civil case. It wasn't even a criminal case. But both of them was highly classified. What is the difference? So first of all, It don't supposed to be
What's the
criminal
difference?
at all.
No.
It's supposed to be
No.
just
So, hold up. The point that's being referenced here specifically is that the difference between these scenarios is willful intent to retain, right? And Trump specifically demonstrated that willful intent to retain, right? Whereas Biden and Pence did not demonstrate the willful intent to retain.
We're not talking
That is
about
the
them no
relevant
more,
difference
man.
between these scenarios to say that's
Bro, that
applicable in
old,
one but not the
listen,
others.
that old man didn't even know he had these damn documents. They were finding documents everywhere back when he was the damn Senate.
Yeah.
He
So
gonna
again,
get some of them. You don't even know he got them.
by the way,
And this is the crazy part. Trump had Secret Service protection. Biden didn't. He had the shit that's sitting in his freaking
By the way,
garage.
when Biden had the documents, right, he was right old still, but he was not in a state in which you would say is like
But he
right,
didn't supposed to
the
have them.
inability
He
to like engage with things.
Parker,
All that's
you
relating
looking
to
over
in the
the fact that he
context
did
of the
not supposed
special
to have them.
counsel, all that's being related to into the context of the special counsel report is that specifically he's an elderly man, a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. I could be described
So that
as a
mean-
poor memory.
So what's the difference? They say Trump losing his mind too. They say he's losing it. Why the fuck they criminally charging him?
I
and
mean,
not
Trump
doing
is
Biden?
losing his mind, right?
They
But
say,
it is the
well,
case that
why they criminally charging him? Then?
because Trump,
If he loses his mind, treat
tried
him.
to
Listen, bro, you
Trump
cannot
tried
have
to
respect the person, bro.
obstruct. Trump tried to obstruct
Biden
their ability to get the
too.
documents.
Bill Clinton obstruct too. Why you think they had to sue him? Because he wouldn't
If
give
it
the
was
shit up.
obstruction, if it was obstruction specifically, well, then it would be the case that he would have been charged. But he
Okay,
didn't obstruct.
why did they have Bill Clinton in the courtroom trying to sue him to get something back? Why they didn't criminally charge him? It's the same thing with Trump.
No, he didn't
It's the
obstruct
same exact
with
thing.
with
Use the common
classified
sense.
documents. He didn't
Yes,
obstruct
he
and
did. He
demonstrate a
didn't give him
willful
back. They
intent
had
to
to sue.
retain.
Listen, they had to sue him for him, bro. If they had to sue him for him, that means he wouldn't give it to him,
Yeah.
right?
So
They had to
okay,
sue
so
him because he wouldn't give them up. It's the same thing. Trump wouldn't give him up. They criminally charged him. They supposed to. It is a civil suit. It don't even supposed to be criminal, man. Don't even supposed to be criminal. And that Eugene Crowd crap, that dumb trick got on the news and said that R word is sexy. This bitch is
yeah, so
doing this shit,
you're
man.
literally trying to defame her right now. That is fucking disgusting for you to sit there and try to defame her
I'm trying to
when
do-
it was
she done
proven
that
in the
herself.
context
She
of a
said it
civil
was
court.
sexy,
It
bro.
was proven in the
cut-
context.
they were
It was
cut
proven
to
in the
the-
context. You're victim blame. You're proven in the context of a civil court that he sexually abused E. Jean Carroll. Right? Don't call her that. That's
No, the
fucking
court-
ridiculous
no,
for you to
the
add
court
to
said
this
he did-
defaming. That's ridiculous
The
for
court-
you to
the court-
add to
listen,
this.
time
Let
out,
me
time
finish
out.
my fucking
The court
point.
said
If you
he
don't let me
did
finish my
not.
point, I'm just gonna kick you off. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
I know you are.
I've already dealt with enough bullshit today. Okay. So again, right,
Yeah, okay,
literally
I know
engage
what
with
you
my
want-
point.
want to say.
What was I saying?
finished?
You don't even know because you're cutting me
I
off.
know what you're saying. You said
What
I'm
was I saying?
defaming her. Listen, you said that he defamed her.
No, you're
said
defaming
you
her.
are.
You're adding to that defamation.
Okay. No. Check this out. If you say that I R-word you, and I said, no, I didn't. You say, I'm suing you for defamation.
No, he said that they never met each other. He said that he didn't. It was clear more than that, and he tried to defame her character to try to make it seem like she was like lying and crazy.
Hey,
But
did you-
there was literal evidence to indicate this, and again, the court
There wasn't no
indicated
evidence.
that
There wasn't no
there
evidence. She
was
couldn't even remember
evidence.
what year it was.
There was
She had
evidence
no
bring up.
clue. She had-
There was evidence brought
No,
up, and there are plenty of
how can
victims
you
that
have
can't remember
evidence from
specific. There are plenty of
40
victims that can't
freaking
remember
years ago?
specific days on this.
Bruh, that shit was from 40 years ago. What evidence she had? Physical evidence.
This was 30 years ago, and also, as it
Physical
relates to this,
evidence.
30
Yeah,
just
see-
because it's 30 years ago doesn't mean he didn't do it, and doesn't take away from anything. I think it's disgusting for you to just act like it's not a big thing because it was 30 years ago. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Bro,
Right,
I
there was
don't believe
DNA
all of it,
evidence.
bro.
Wait, there was DNA evidence. Trump wouldn't give up his DNA though. So if he was fucking innocent,
Huh? It was
Trump-
DNA evidence. Oh, whoa,
Stop
whoa, whoa,
talking.
whoa, whoa,
Listen.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Listen.
whoa,
She had a
whoa.
dress
No,
and there was
bruh.
DNA evidence. Listen. But Trump, listen, can I please finish my statement? If you don't shut up, I'm gonna kick you off. Stop talking.
I'm not talking. I'm laughing. You said it was DNA evidence.
Can you
from
stop
30 years
cutting me
ago,
off?
buddy.
Can I finish?
Go ahead, man.
Right. So there was DNA stuff that they have specifically. Just Trump wouldn't give his DNA. Okay. So it is the case that he could have exonerated himself, could have made it seem like he's innocent if it is the case that he gave up his DNA, but he didn't do that. So if he's so fucking innocent, how come he didn't give up his DNA, which could easily exonerate him?
Okay, Parker, first of all, I'd have been in prison. Anytime you get booked in a prison, they get your DNA. I think he got booked in at Fulton County. Yes. They swab you now, Parker. I'd have been to prison. They swab you now.
No, they didn't have his
If you
DNA.
get the criminal
They
charge,
asked for his DNA, and
bro,
he
yes,
didn't
they
provide
do.
it.
If you've been charged of a crime, bro, they gonna get your DNA and put it in the database in case they catch your ass and pull the crime off, and it's a cold case or something somewhere. They can book your ass, bro. If you catch a charge, they is gonna get your DNA. The whole point of processing you in, getting your fingerprints and all that, they get your DNA too. They got his DNA, bro. Every
They have
courthouse did
fingerprints,
it.
Not
Every
DNA,
jailhouse
right?
did it.
They
Man, they
fingerprint
get your
you.
DNA, man.
Where do they get your DNA?
now, man.
Wait, where?
Anywhere, anytime you get locked up, I'm telling you, I went to prison.
To my knowledge, they
I
need,
know how
like
this shit works.
what Candy said in the chat. They need a warrant for DNA.
They don't need no dang on warrant. That's a lie. That's a lie, man. You don't
No, they
need no warrant
definitely.
for no DNA.
They definitely
if your
do.
ass get
'Cause
charged,
Trump
if you
denied the
get
DNA.
booked in, bruh, if you get charged and you get booked in, they gonna get your DNA.
No, they get fingerprints.
Hey, check this out. Have you ever noticed how folks get locked up, right? When folks get locked up in jail,
And by the way, for the
Then-
people
then-
who
and then they get popped
in
for a
which
new
came from
charge.
Dean's live, I'll let y'all know. I asked Dean.
man, you just can't be saying wild stuff that ain't true, Parker.
He got a 10-minute ban. Everyone.
You heard me.
Oh, what did I say? That was wild, right? I literally
You
said
said they don't got that man DNA. If he
Yeah,
got-
they
if he
don't
got
get his
criminal
DNA.
charge- Bro, if you got fingerprinted, it's a process.
There's
that they do
someone
to
who
get
has a
locked up.
master's in criminal justice in the chat. Says DNA is
I don't
only for
care what
felony.
that-
Lola, thank you for the
Okay,
subscription. I
that's-
appreciate it.
that's
Thank you so
cool.
much.
Okay, so didn't they charge Trump with felonies? I guess they charge him with felonies no more, huh? You just said it. You
Yeah,
just told
so-
yourself.
yeah, he didn't have a-
Is he charged with 90-some felonies or not?
It's not all felonies.
Man, come on, man. You get one felony, they're going to get your DNA. You just said it out your mouth yourself.
Isn't that
said
if they
this
arrest you for a
this
felony?
law guy I'm just saying, you just said this guy in your chat is a law, whatever you said he was. He just said only for felonies. Is Trump charged with 91 felonies?
No, he's not charged with 91 felonies.
Is
Not
he
all of his
charged with
charges
one
are
felony?
felonies.
Is he charged with one felony?
I mean, I can check. I'm pretty sure he is, but they would have to. They would have to.
It's
They would
all
have to
in the
arrest
news.
him for
They
that.
say it all. They
They
say
have
it
to
all the
arrest him
time.
for that.
He's been charged with. He's been arrested. He got arrested.
They would have to arrest him for that.
Hey, you see how them black folks on the street cheering Trump down the street?
Agro, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
You see how them black folks in the street?
Maylia,
cheering
thank you for
Trump?
the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't know what you're trying to say with that. I mean, if you want to look at like the numbers overall, approval ratings amongst the black community
Hey.
for Trump is very low.
Man, no. Listen, bro. I'm in the streets.
Gardner, I appreciate the
I come
subscription.
from-
Thank you so
I come
much.
from out the streets. I know what the people
Luis,
in the
thank you for the
streets are saying.
subscription.
They see a persecution that we've been through all our life. That's what they see. That's what the black community see.
I mean, and
They
how does
also-
Trump
and
help
they
with
also
that?
see, and then they also see that when
Wait,
the
how does
Democratic
Trump
Party,
help?
they've been vote. Help what?
How does Trump help?
No, it's like this, bro. You know, like when black folks going through the BS, we be like, man, they did me wrong. Like my first charge I ever caught, they charged me with possession, but didn't get nothing off me. Didn't get not one thing off me. I never seen no drug, but they charged me with possession. They got it off somebody else, then charged me with possession. Back when I didn't know the law, but when I went to the feds, I learned the law. It's hard to get that'll never happen to me today. Never.
And what has
I like
Trump
total
done to
progress.
help that?
What do you mean?
Biden quite literally he signed for people to get pardoned
Said he don't
for-
want his kids
for
going to school
possession,
in a
for
racial
simple
jungle?
possession of marijuana.
You heard me?
Yeah, and,
Biden
no,
is
I
out
think
of the
that's
prison.
something. These are all things that I critique Biden for. I critique Biden. I critique
I know,
Trump for those
you're right.
things.
His son weighing 21 grams on a scale, and I get caught with a little bit of nothing. I go do 70 months in the
Sunglasses,
Fed.
thank
And
you.
Biden's son get off scot free. Don't lose his right to vote. Don't you lose nothing. I had to fight for all my rights back. I had to go through all this process, but his son been getting off scot free. White privilege at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, I clearly agree with
But
that.
I
right?
don't believe in all that racial stuff. I got buku white friends, and I don't believe my skin color ever held me back from nothing. Like right now, I'm at work. I'm a boss man.
You understand that there is systemic racism still exists, right? There's still
Yeah,
systemic
only to
racism, and
stupid
what
people.
people mean by that is relating to disparities that have been created in the system due to past acts of historical racism, along with prejudice that still exists in our country today. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. That invokes these different types
Let
of
me know when you
outcomes.
finish. Okay, now you trying to tell me what I go through. You don't know what I go through.
I'm just saying what exists statistically.
Down Mobile, Alabama, deep down south. I am a boss man. My skin color ain't never stopped. Only thing stopped me from doing stuff when I used to rip and run the street. Only reason I got profiled by the police because I was hanging in areas I didn't have no damn business hanging in. I say, guess what? I deserved it. Will go through the things I went through. If I shouldn't have been living that type of way. Point blank period. I shouldn't have been living that type of way.
That doesn't take away from the fact that there is
people,
racism.
But I'm just saying, people cry wolf. But guess what? Since I've been out of prison, I changed my life. I have not had no run-in with the police because I changed.
So you said white privilege at its finest, but you don't believe in white privilege?
No, it ain't really white privilege. It's rich and poor privilege. That's what it is.
Well,
you got rich privilege.
Yeah, okay, so
because guess what? Al Sharpton always talking about he a prince. This bitch live in a mansion. Every time something happens to a black man, he come with this race bait ass shit, talking. That's all he doing is talking. He ain't gonna do a bitch ass thing for you. That bitch with the boule. He live in a mansion in a gated community around white folk, but he run around talking about he a prince. When he get with his rich buddies, he call black folks stupid too.
Yeah, so again, the point of what we're saying right now isn't to say that the same types of social discrimination and systematic discrimination that have existed throughout the context of history are the exact same as they are today. There are different ways in which racism has seeped through the system, specifically intentfully created into the system by people, right? Not to be in through like a direct legal way, but to exist through the context of systemic prejudices, through the context of disparities, right? That we can clearly identify and associate with these past acts of historical racism. I mean, clearly there's been okay. I mean, I'm not saying that
you believe in systemic racism. No.
Yeah. So what you're not understanding is what people mean when they say the term.
Libertarian. No,
okay, so they just are going to use slurs, bro. That's like crazy. I'm going to get off for today, Evan. That's like fucking crazy. But like, dude, what they're not understanding is what we mean when we say the term systemic racism. Okay. So when you think of systemic racism in your head, right, you have to understand what people are meaning when they say the term to say that when it exists today. And I clearly described it, and he didn't even engage or listen to any of that, right? So I don't know what to say for him there. Yeah, that was a bit wild. I think I'm going to get off here, everyone. I do appreciate everyone who did come on today, everyone. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow I should be on probably around, like, let me think. Tomorrow I should be on probably like 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a bit later maybe. Depends on whenever I finish my homework. But yeah, I love everyone so much. I have homeworks. I have class, not homework, that I have to go to right now. So do love everyone so much. Let me see if there's anyone live right now that I can raid real quick. Let me see if I can find someone real quick to raid. Okay, Tashika's live. Yo, David, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, let's go raid Tashika. Everyone look up. Yo, Lindsay, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Darius, thank you for the $20. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. No, I have class. I would love to be able to do that, though. Everyone look up baby.bop or look up Tashika.and2x. Yo, thank you for the corgi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Spam Parker raid. Spam love from Parker, everyone. Look up Tashika.and2x or baby.bop. Spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker, everyone. Have a fantastic night, everyone. I love everyone so much, and peace out, y'all. Love everyone so much.
Siapa lagi yang mau disepil-sepilkan ya? Siapa lagi yang mau disepil-sepilkan? Kakak Alha, ayo dicekot deh. Kakak Mi juga deh. Nih, ada voucher-vouchernya juga yang bisa kamu pakai. Yuk buruan dikercapin ya. Lanjut lagi, aku sepil-sepilkan lagi di etalase berikutnya ya. Di etalase berikutnya aku punya apa lagi nih? Ada sih warna di warna-warna apa lagi kakak? Cari warna apa nih kalian nih? Warna-warna kremnya aku sepil ya, warna-warna kremnya ya. Warna-warna kremnya. Untuk stikernya seperti ini ya kak ya. Stikernya seperti ini. Ya, stikernya nanti dapat seperti itu. Yuk, belum cekot sekarang ya. Yang belum cekot sekarang nih. Warna-warna krem kita juga punya ya kak ya. Yang mau, yang suka di warna-warna kremnya nih, aku kasih rekomendasi beli yang krem Miss Grey bagus ya. Kayak gini kak, warnanya warna krem ya, logonya berwarna putih putih abu-abu ya, logonya berwarna abu-abu kakak di kanan dan kirinya ya. Bahannya kita menggunakan full canvas, misalnya berwarna putih tulang, bawahnya full pentil ya, anti selip, anti licin dan bedecit. Logo dijahit bukan ditempel kakak, bayangin ya, bayangin kalau beli di offline ataupun kamu beli di online kita di harga normal itu ini 220, kamu sekarang dapatnya di bawah 150 kakak, sudah dapat bonusnya juga ya kakak. Yuk buruan, nggak CO mah rugi banget kakak. Flash sale-nya sampai jam 11, silakan yang mau cekot-cekotnya sebelum jam 11 ya. Flash sale-nya sampai jam 11, silakan yang mau cekot-cekotnya sebelum jam 11 kakak, buruan digercepin dan dicek outin yuk sekarang juga ya. Sekarang juga ya guys ya, mumpung masih live ya, mumpung masih live, karena nanti kalau sudah off harganya kembali ke harga normal. Yang belum cekot, cekotin ya kakak ya. Yang mau cekot gak usah naikin atau turunin size ya. Yang mau cekot gak usah up down size. Misalkan biasanya kamu pakai size 40, kamu CO di aku ya size 40 ya kakak ya. Size kita size normal, jadi kamu tidak usah up down size, kamu pakai aja ukuran yang biasanya kamu pakai. Kalau mau dapat harga flash sale, mau dapat bonus, mau pakai vouchernya, caranya check out di live. Karena kalau nggak di live nggak bisa ya kak ya, harus check out di live. Kamu kan udah join live, silakan yang mau check out di live aku sekalian ya, biar dapat bonus dan dapetin flash sale dari kakak lalanya ya. Size kita size normal kakak. Yuk siapa lagi yang masih mau minta sepil-sepil atau kakaknya yang mau tanya-tanya boleh kakak ya. Aku sepil full blacknya yang bisa nyala mau. Aku juga punya full black yang bisa nyala kakak nih, bagus banget pokoknya versi valisetnya ya, barangnya premium nih. Aku pakai sepatu Aiko juga bagus kakak nih, yang belum pada cekot buruan ya, yang belum pada cekot buruan kakak di CO Fiber sekarang juga. Dipakai itu nyaman kak ya, nih dipakai nyaman bagus banget. Yang belum cekot Fiber sekarang, yang belum cekot Fiber sekarang juga ya. Nih full blacknya kak Lala sepilkan, ada warnanya warna full blacknya ya. Ada logo kanan kiri bisa menyala di kegelapan dan juga terkena flash ya. Bahannya kita menggunakan full canvas 12 ostable ya. Misalnya berwarna putih tulang, misalnya berwarna hitam, depan dikasih ada logo ikonnya seperti ini ya. Bawahnya full pentil ya kak, anti selip, anti licin dan bedecit ya. Logonya dijahit yuk yang belum cekot kakak. Yakin nih kalau nggak cekot nyesel banget kalau kalian tahu nanti harga normalnya ya. Ya guys ya, yuk yang belum cekot kakak, yang belum check out buruan ya digercapin kakak. Yuk ya, yang belum pada check out silahkan buruan digercapin dan di check out sekarang juga. Mumpung masih ada diskon dan promonya, mumpung masih live ya kak ya. Sepil slip on yang bergambar, ada gambar catur sama tengkorak kakak. Kakaknya mau yang apa? Kalau yang tengkorak bisa nyala ya, kakaknya cari warna apa ya kakak. Yuk, kalau yang catur ada di warna putih, yang tengkoraknya ada di warnanya warna hitam dan warnanya warna kremnya ya. Tengkoraknya mau warna krem apa hitam kakak? Mau warna hitam apa warna kremnya? Ayo yang udah disepil-sepil nih. Ya, selamat bergabung buat kakak Marlu, selamat bergabung ya. Selamat bergabung buat kakaknya hitamnya, boleh banget nih aku sepilkan. Ada si slip on warna-warna hitam yang reflektifnya. Yuk yang belum check out kakak, sampai jam 11 aja aku flash sale-nya ya. Aku flash sale-nya sampai jam 11, silakan yang mau check out di check out sebelum jam 11 ya. Kita buruan check out primer sekarang juga. Nanti yang gak check out pasti nyesel sendiri nanti kalau harganya tahu harganya udah normal ya. Nih kakak, motifnya motif tengkorak, motifnya nyala ya. Motifnya nyala di kegelapan dan juga terkena flash ya. Bahannya kita menggunakan full canvas ya. Banyak kita menggunakan full canvas kakakku. Misalnya apa? Misalnya berwarna putih tulang, depan dikasih manda logo ikonnya ya, bawah dikasih manda logo ikonnya kak. Full pentil ya kakku ya, full pentil ya kakku. Anti slip, anti licin dan berdecit. Jahitannya rapi dan presisi. Bagian dalam sudah full jahitan dalam ya. Ini size kita size normal kakak ya, size kita size normal. Jadi buat yang mau cekot bisa pakai ukuran yang biasanya kamu pakai kak, nggak usah dinaikin dan nggak usah diturunin ya. Pengiriman kita dari Semarang ya. Pengiriman kita dari Semarang, kirim ke Jawa 2-3 hari aja. Ke luar Jawa 5-7 hari yang belum cekot-cekot di live aku sekarang biar dapat bonusnya. Ya, yang mau dapat bonus, tambahan bonus, cekot di live aku sekarang. Jangan lupa pakai vouchernya di klaim-klaim dulu ya kakakku ya. Yuk aku tunggu sampai jam 11 aja ya. Aku tunggu kakak sampai jam 11 aja. Buruan kakakku. Yuk kakakku buruan digercepin dan dicek outin ya sekarang juga. Ya kaya di harga 100 ribuan aja. Yang mana lagi yang mau disepil ya, yang masih di keranjang-keranjang ya. Kita biasanya tuh di model-model Twirs kakakku ya. Ini buat kakak Mel, selamat bergabung ya. Selamat bergabung kakaknya. Ayo kakak di komen-komen kakak. Enggak komen-komen rugi udah join live lah kakak ya. Ayo yang mau tanya-tanya bisa komen di live aku nih ya kakak ya. Kalian kan udah join live nih. Kalian yang mau tanya-tanya sepil-sepil bisa langsung komen di live aku aja ya kak. Nanti langsung aku jawab mau tanya size-nya. Atau kalau kakaknya mau tanya-tanya estimasi pengiriman, atau mau tanya-tanya tentang sepatu, rekomendasi sepatu, komen-komen aja. Komen-komen aja kakak, nanti aku jawab ya kakakku ya. Yuk aktif komen yuk kakak, yuk kakaknya aktif komen, nanti aku jawabin ya. Oke lanjut lagi, aku stabilkan di etalase nomor berikutnya ya. Berikutnya aku punya ada si Fevaliset. Oh mau apa nih? Oh mau black tattoo rainbow. Boleh kakak Chandra nih, tak sepil ya. Aku sepil untuk si black tattoo rainbow-nya. Itu produk baru udah jadi best seller nih ya. Yo yang mau cewek-cewek payment sekarang, yang udah disepil-sepil nggak jauh rugi ya. Nih kak, warnanya warna hitam, logonya rainbow di kanan dan kirinya. Bahannya apa? Bahannya kita menggunakan full canvas. Misalnya berwarna putih tulang, ada list hitamnya. Depan dikasih ada logo ikonnya ya. Ini bawah udah dikasih ada logo ikonnya kakak, full pentil ya. Anti slip, anti licin dan berdecit kakakku. Logonya dijahit ya, bukan ditempel bagian dalamnya. Sudah full jahitan dalam. Kakak Chandra ini normalnya 239. Kakak Chandra check out di live aku dapat harga 148, masih dapat diskon lagi 30%. Buruan nih kakak tuh ya, dikasih vouchernya 6 dong, boleh dong nih. Dipakai nyaman ringan ya kakak. Nih kakak namanya nih Twirs. Twirs basic black tattoo-nya kakak Chandra. Kakak Chandra, ayo dicek kakak Chandra 6-nya ada si warna-warna hitam yang bisa menyalanya. Ayo kakak Chandra, buat kakak Chandra kalau suka dicekot jangan lupa dipakai vouchernya. Buat kak Astronot, gimana nih kakaknya nih? Nih guys, ada si warnanya warna hitam yang nyala, ini bestseller juga ya, Twirs black white-nya. Ini logonya bisa menyala di kegelapan dan juga terkena flash ya kak ya. Bahannya apa? Bahannya nih kita menggunakan full canvas ya. Banyak kita menggunakan full canvas. Misalnya berwarna putih tulang, bawah kita full pentil kak. Anti slip, anti licin dan berdecit. Bawah dikasih ada logo ikonnya. Samping ada 2 lubang udara, nggak bikin kaki kamu gerah kak. Logo dijahit ya kak, bukan ditempel bagian dalamnya. Sudah full jahitan dalam. Ini kita ready ya kak, dari ukurannya 36 sampai dengan 44 yang belum cekot kakakku ya. Yang mau dapat bonus dari aku, cekot di live aku sekarang juga. Kakak Riyama buruan di CO ini normalnya 239 loh. Kamu cekot di live aku dapat harga cuma di 100 ribuan aja. Masih tetap dapat bonus juga, ada stiker dan juga kaos kakinya ya. Untuk selanjutnya kita normal aja kakak. Jadi buat kakaknya yang pada mau cekot bisa pakai ukuran yang biasanya kamu pakai kak. Nggak usah dinaikin dan nggak usah diturunin ya. Kakaknya bisa pakai ukuran yang biasanya dipakai saja. Yuk, yang mana lagi yang mau disepilkan kakak? Yuk, yang mana lagi? Yang mana lagi nih yang udah disepil-sepil gimana? Udah pada CO belum nih? Kalau belum check out, buruan ya kak, digercepin dan di check out sekarang juga. Ya, yang udah join live silahkan check out di live aku kakak biar dapat bonus dari aku ya. Oke, lanjut lagi aku sepil ada new basic yang black white-nya. Yang mana lagi yang mau disepilkan nih? Yang mau minta disepil-sepil bisa langsung digercepin dan di check outin ya kak ya. Sekarang juga mumpung masih live kak. Karena apa? Karena nanti kalau sudah off harganya kembali ke harga normal. Jadi buruan digercepin dan di check out ya nih. Nih kak, aku punya di warna hitam ya. Logonya berwarna putih di kanan dan kirinya. Banyak kita menggunakan full canvas, misalnya yang berwarna putih tulang ada alis hitamnya ya. Bawahnya full pentil kakak, anti selip, anti licin dan bedecit kak. Bawah dikasih ada logo ikonnya ya, dan untuk logonya dijahit kak, bukan ditempel. Bagian dalam juga sudah full jahitan dalamnya. Pengiriman ke Bogor paling lama berapa hari kak? Paling lama 2-3 hari ya. Pokoknya kalau ke Bogor itu 2-3 hari kakak sudah sampai ya kakakku ya. Yang sudah join live silahkan langsung check out di live aku sekalian kakak ya. Yang udah join live langsung check out di live aja. Ya yang mau check out di live aku sekalian, nanti dapat bonus dari aku, ada stiker dan juga kaos kakinya. Buruan yang belum check out di live sekarang juga. Saya udah CEO kak, kenapa kamu nggak CEO di live padahal kamu udah join live? Ya udah, terima kasih ya, jangan lupa direkomendasikan ke teman-temannya juga, nanti diproses secepatnya ya. Lanjut aku ada si Ventur warnanya warna hitam, aku sudah CO dek. Oke, udah masuk kakak, terima kasih udah mencekot, jangan lupa direkomendasikan ke teman-temannya juga ya. Satunya boleh kakak sebentar ya. Jangan lupa direkomendasikan ke teman-temannya juga. Semoga rezekinya tambah lancar dan ditunggu barangnya. Yang udah disepil di live, cekotnya di live ya kakak, biar dapat bonusnya ya. Ini aku punya di warnanya warna putih, logo hitam kanan kiri, bahan kita menggunakan kulit sintetis. Bawahnya berbahan karet, udah jahitan, luar dalam full busa di dalamnya, dipakai nyaman, ampuh, dan juga awet ya kak ya. Yang mau cekot sekarang harga murah banget, cuma 100 ribu aja. Jadi yang tadinya 300an kakak, yuk yang belum cekot ya. 1-6 boleh banget, kita ke etalase nomor 1-nya dulu ya. Kita ke 1-nya dulu, habis itu ke etalase nomor 6 buat kakak Ozan ya.